morning, everyone. Actually, it is noon now here in Wisconsin. It's the drag specialty Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission Foods. Bikes are rolling onto the racetrack for the very first time today. It is your Mission Super Twins, and that is sponsored by S&S Cycles. It's time for practice. They will get 10 laps. 10 laps will be the distance here in this first practice. It was actually drier earlier. They just put some more moisture back onto the racetrack with the water truck. So practice has started, and they're on the racetrack for the very first time. They'll take it gingerly around. They're going to go 10 laps. You can see it's already putting some tire tracks down. And they're getting started here. This is our first round of practice on the screen right now. That is Bronson Bauman, the 37 latest Motors Harley-Davidson, who pulled off yesterday. Didn't even get a full lap in before Mother Nature watered the racetrack. They're on the track right now. First round of practice. It is your Super Twins class, the premier class. Mission Super Twins, sponsored by S&S Cycles. Briar Bauman has the fastest lap so far, 17.449. They're just getting dialed in. Bronson goes up to second right there on that next lap, 17.407. Jared Meese at the top spot, 17.326. The championship contenders right now are first and third. A special day today. Will Briar win another championship? He's won 2. He is 9 points behind Meese. Right now he is in turn number 3 on the factory Indian Motorcycle Progressive Insurance, and the track is already taking rubber out here today. Briar Bauman right there on the 3. Just getting dialed in. This first round of practice will be 10 laps. 10 laps for these Super Twin riders to get it dialed in. They'll go back to the pit area and go. Ho, ho. Screen right now is right here is the 3 of Briar Bauman. He's on the back chute. Looks like we're already laying down some rubber here at the Cedar Lake Short Track, Cedar Lake Speedway, New Richmond, Wisconsin. Take a look at the replay of Bronson Bauman just a lap or 2 ago. This is in turns 1 and 2. He's right in the apex of the corner. And right about here, the back end starts coming around, and he catches a rut and gets bounced up out of the saddle. Wow, and they had a great job of slowing it down. He's back up to speed right now. Bronson sitting second fast. He has 1 career win in the premier class, and that was also at a short track. So could this be day for Bronson to get his 2nd win in the premier class? We'll see. Jared Meese at the top spot, 17.278. He's on the factory Indian Motorcycle. Meese right there on the left. Dallas Daniels right there trying to go by him. Looks like Meese is going to pull over and let him go on by. Now he's going to watch and see what the youngster does. Dallas Daniels currently 4th quick so far as he goes way up the racetrack down there in turns 3 and 4. Daniels on the 32, Estenson Racing Yamaha Racing Monster Energy Yamaha. Beautiful short track out here. It's about a 3/8 mile. They're pitted outside turns 1 and 2 for you folks watching at home on fanschoice.tv. Man, I'm surprised at how much rubber's already down on the racetrack. As the white flag comes out, Briar pulls out of the way, and we'll let everybody go on by. Daniels on the 32 bike, Meese chasing him down on the 1. Meese at the top spot here in this first round and only round of practice for the Super Twins today. Another abbreviated program, so they only get 1 round of practice. Next time out will be qualifying for the Super Twins. Bronson up there second, 17.407. Briar is in third, 17.428. So the Bauman's second and third, the younger brother second, the older brother sitting in third. Dallas Daniels is 4th. Brandon Robinson rounding out that top 5. Remember, they'll exit the racetrack and enter the racetrack outside of turn number 2. Behind Robinson is Bugs Pearson, who is sitting 6th. Jared Vandekoy, Ben Lau, J.D. Beach 9th. Shayna Texter Bauman 10th. Brandon Price is 11th. Jeffrey Carver is 12th. And Davis Fisher is 13th. And Sammy Halbert has elected not to race today, and he's already headed home. So we are with 12 bikes here. And there is a look at as the singles roll onto the racetrack already. Parts Unlimited AFT singles, sponsored by Kicker, already on the racetrack. Looks like 1 lap under yellow, and they'll get up to full speed here real soon. These riders actually got one session in on Friday and 1 session in on yesterday before Mother Nature put some moisture on the track. Look at this. We're trying to go 4 wide on this first lap. Here they come onto the front straight. 21 Trevor Bruner goes to the head of the class. Will lead them into turns 2. Gets really sideways right there exiting turn number 2. The 2 Turner Racing Hondas right there behind him. 79 is Dalton Gauthier. Behind that looks like possibly the 106 of Chase Sadoff or the 13 of Morgan Mishler. It is Mishler, the Wisconsin native, is right there in the third spot on the racetrack. Bruner is at the head of the class. Now Chase Sadoff goes to the top spot with a 1:7.499. So the Turner Hondas are up there first, third, and sixth so far. Bruner's got his hands full. Dalton Gauthier sneaking a peek up the inside. There's Chase Sadoff, the 106, the Hillsboro, Illinois rider. The youngest rider on the Turner Racing Honda team. He's going for the Mobile View Rookie of the Year. It's an extra $7,500 if he can secure that. He's still at the head of the class. That is the 106, Chase Sadoff. Bruner goes back to second. Dalton Gauthier is currently third. Mishler up there in the fourth spot. So the Turner Hondas are first, third, and fourth, and now first, second, and fourth. Quickest on the track now is the 79 of Go Time, Dalton Gauthier. There's Sadoff, the Rooster. Sadoff, quickest on the speed charts. There's the two factory Red Bull KTM riders. 18 Maxwell running the bottom, the 12 of Cody Kopp running the high side. They're in turn number 3 at the moment. I like it. You can go up to the top, square up the corner, come off the bottom. That will make the front straightaway a lot longer. And that looks like Kopp will take that spot away. Checkered flag has came out. There's Dalton Gauthier, the 79. He's putting it on the back wheel. He's feeling pretty good today. That's bad news for everybody else. A 1:7.440 here in singles. The 79 bike has the top spot. There are 2 more groups to go. With more rubber going down, it could get faster or it may slow down. We'll have to wait and see how it unfolds. It's still a cool day outside, but the sun is shining, completely different than what we've seen so far the first 2 days we were here in Wisconsin. There is Gauthier, 1:7.440. We'll see if that will hold up here in this first round of practice. Chase Sadoff second. Look at that. The Turner Hondas 1, 2, and 3. Dalton, Chase, and Morgan. Trevor Bruner, the Estenson Yamaha, in fourth. And then James Ott from Simi Valley, California, the privateer. KTM back there fifth. The 2 factory KTMs are 6th and 7th. Trent Lowe in 8th. Here comes group number 2 onto the track. The 26 is Aiden Roosevens. 24, Hunter Bauer. The 80 is Brandon Kitchen. 49, Chad Coase. 99 is Kevin Stalling. 63 is the Jet, Jared Lowe. 55, Tyler Raggio. And the 91, that is Justin Jones. Looking at that shot right there, looks like the front straightaway is just a big circle. Aiden Roosevens was taking a look down right there, wanted to see, maybe he's looking for his brake pedal maybe missing. He's still looking down, so something's not right with the 26 bike. He'll get it figured out. Right behind him is the 24, Hunter Bauer, the Canadian from up there near Welland, Ontario, Canada. The 24 is actually from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, for NKR Canada, KTM, and Vance and Hines on the sponsor list for the 24. They call him Showtime up there in Canada. High banked, little short track out here in Wisconsin. It's about a 3/8 mile around. We're about an hour away from Minneapolis. There's Chad Coase on the 49 First Impressions Honda, and he's battling with the 80 Brandon Kitchen on the Vance and Hines Husqvarna. Chad Coase goes up the racetrack a little bit. Kitchen looking up the inside, trying to make the pass, going into turn number 3. Chad Coase, fastest in this group, moves all the way up to 5th right now. The California Kid, the 49 bike, goes up to 5th. He told me on Friday that if he wins today, I'd get the victory lap. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I'm kind of trapped where I'm at, so we'll see if we can make that happen. Chad Coase still in 5th. That slides Ott back to 6th. Kopp will slide back to 7th. We are right here in our first round of practice for your Parts Limited AFT Singles, sponsored by Kicker. Look at Kitchen. He's all over the back tire of the 49 bike. Yeah, they're right there, 5th and 6th. These two on the screen are the fastest bikes on the racetrack. They're currently 5th and 6th as the white flag is out. Got a special delivery from the Mission tent. All right. I love those guys over in Mission. Thanks to Ralph Shaheen for making the trip over and back. This is group number 2 here of the singles as the checkered flag comes out. See that big front straightaway? It's kind of an arcing front straightaway right now, like it's not even a full straightaway. Hunter Bauer will take that bike back to the pit area. They will, like I said, they will enter and exit out of turn number 2. That way they only had to dry off one spot to go back to the pit area. There's a beautiful look at the countryside. As still the Turner Hondas 1, 2, and 3. Gautier, Sadoff, Mishler. Fastest bike on the racetrack actually was Kitchen right there on that last lap. Moves up to 5th on the 80 bike. So 3 Hondas, a Yamaha, and a Husqvarna in the top 5 spots. And Group 3 is rolling on to the racetrack. 175, Taryn Santero. 14, Jacob Layman. It's his final race with this In-American Flat Track. That's what I was told on Friday. 119, Logan McGrain. 53 is Blake Steinweiger. 56, Jordan Jean. 107, Wyatt Vaughn. 57, Ian Wolf. And another Wisconsin rider, 176. That is Jacob Walter. This is the first round of practice here for the Parts Limited AFT Singles. The only Kawasaki in the field is right there at the head of the class, 175, Taryn Santero. Out of California, they call him T-Money. But we were calling Trevor Bruner T-Money earlier, so I don't know who the real T-Money is. Please stand up. 17.440, fastest lap in practice. They're taking more rubber is going down. Also on the racetrack right there, chasing Taryn Santero is the 119. That's the kid, Logan McGrain. I was talking to Corey Texter earlier in the weekend, and he told me this track was a lot like Path Valley, which is a Pennsylvania racetrack, and McGrain's got plenty of laps on that racetrack, so he's coming up towards the front. Santero, the 175, is currently in the 19th spot. Looks like the fastest bike on the track possibly is the 176 of Jacob Walter, and he might have a little home state advantage as we're taking a look at the 53 of Blake Steinweiger. Steinweiger has company up the inside, the 176 right there. Again, fastest bike on the track. Jacob Walter has moved into the 14th spot. He's from Amory, Wisconsin, doing it for Walter Racing, General Engineering, and Arai Service Pavilion. Maybe the Wisconsin native might have a little extra incentive. He's up to 14th. So far, the 176. McGrain is on the 119. He is in 19th. Jordan Jean on the racetrack, the 56, is in 17th. Taryn Santero will pick up the white flag. 1 lap to go. There's a good battle right behind him, the 56 and the 176. 56 of Jordan Jean. He's a Michigan rider. He's up there in 17th. The 176, Jacob Walter, is currently 14th right now. It's a good battle. I don't know if they're making each other go faster or not. Jacob Layman on the racetrack in the Vanilla Cycles entry is currently 22nd. Santero and the crew will go back to the pit area. Looks like they got plenty of time to slow down after they take that checker flag and then make the hard right-hand turn. So that was the final group here in the singles class. This only round of practice day. 1 round of practice for all of our competitors. We do have 5 classes, and class number 3, the third and final AFT class, pulls onto the racetrack. It's your Mission Production Twins, sponsored by Vance & Hines, and they are rolling onto the racetrack. A Wisconsin native out in front, the Vance & Hines Harley-Davidson 33, Jesse Janish. The 1 is Corey Texter. 60 is Nick Armstrong. 109 is Billy Ross. The 34, Cam Smith. The 51 is Cole Zabala, and the 62 is Dan Bromley. 51 and 62 are both on the Memphis Shades Yamahas, and we did scratch the 10, Johnny Lewis. Had a little issue yesterday with his Royal Enfield, and the 15 of Mikey Rush, he is checked out and headed back to California. So not all the bikes in this group are on the racetrack. There's the 33 bike, though. Jesse Janish, look who's joined us up in the booth. Ralph Shaheen, welcome back to the racetrack.
Thank you, Scotty. Hope you like your chips and Dr. Pepper over there.
I can't wait to open them up.
That'll keep you fueled up at least through the first part of the day.
Exactly. Track's looking good. Look at all the rubber going down, Ralph.
You know what I noticed here, Scotty, is you got maybe half a second, no more, to catch your breath.
Yeah, I don't
and
think
that's
you
on the
even
back straightaway. That's the only time the bike is going in a straight line, is literally maybe half a second's worth.
Yeah, as we saw Janish took a look over his shoulder, but from that camera in turn 1, the first row is a big arcing.
Arcing front straightaway, and then right about there is the only time you're straight, and it's just for about half a second, and then you're setting up into 3.
Not even enough time to catch your breath. If you are going to reach up and grab a tear off, that's
it. That's the only spot you really have to do it, right? It's about the only place you can do it. As I was walking through the pits here a minute ago, talking to the guys in the Turner Honda squad, everybody is really excited about what this track is going to be like today.
Well, they should be. They're first, second, and third right now, too, Ralph.
Yeah, and they all the racers down there are feeling like we've got a very racy facility today.
It is. It's a super cool track, like a mini Eldora. We talked about it yesterday before Mother Nature watered the track. But
yeah, mini Eldora, kind of like Sonoma, Georgia.
Sonoya,
yep. Georgia, or maybe a big Chico, Silver Dollar Speedway.
And Corey Texter is on the screen right here. He told me it's like a track at home called Path Valley, so that might make him feel at home, and he goes to the top spot.
Do you know that one?
I've never heard of that one, actually.
I haven't either.
Checkered flag is out, so here is timing and scoring just being updated right here in front of us. Corey Texter to the head of the class, 17.646. Who would have thought that, Ralph, with how much moisture came down yesterday, last night?
How soft the dirt has been walking around here. There's a lot of sand in this dirt, too.
Yeah, it's incredible, especially walking through the pit area. We noticed that when we went over there to the mission tent to get lunch yesterday, how much sand was on our shoes.
There's a good look at it. Texter with that 17.6. Janish right there, about a tenth behind, 17.729. Bromley, Cameron Smith, Billy Ross, Armstrong, Zavala, Johnny Lewis, unfortunately not here. Cody Johncox and Mikey Rush not here either.
Group 2 is on the racetrack. The 96 is Cody Johncox. 47 is the Missile Michael Hill. 61 Casey Cisco, the Cisco Kid. 36 Kobe Carlisle. 45 Shelby Miller. The 30, another Wisconsin rider. That's Brock Schwarzenbacher. The 22, that's Mitch Harvitt. 223 Jeffrey Lowry. And the 50, that's J-Mac, Jimmy McAllister from Petaluma, California.
Now, did you prefer a track that had a nice cushion to work, or did you like it when it got blacked off like this?
This is my kind of track right here.
This is it?
Yeah, growing up in Oklahoma, there's no real cushion, so we raced on a lot of car tracks, and either really wet or a lot of rubber. Those were my two favorites. This one, I'm chomping at the bit right now.
I was going to say, maybe you ought to go see him get some leathers and a helmet.
Yeah, see if Rush's motorcycle left. Yeah, my leather shrunk a little bit, Ralph. When I hung them up, they just start shrinking. I don't know what happened.
It's funny how that happens.
Either that or I start growing. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, Shelby
boy,
just about steps off the bike. We've mentioned this a time or two, but my hat's off to Shelby Miller. He's lost about 80 pounds, roughly 80 pounds.
That is very impressive. Good for Shelby.
Yeah, and he's really taking racing a lot more serious. Watch the 45 on the right side of the screen, Ralph. Actually, the 47 gets into it first, and then the 45, he kind of follows suit, and it stands him right up. He does a good job and doesn't let completely off the throttle, so kind of pulls himself out of that. But it's a little scary moment right there.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're going to have that all day long, though. You can see there's some different lines developing, a few ruts. I'm sure there is rubber going down, but I'm sure it's still soft.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a question from the truck, Ralph.
All right.
So the question is, there's more rubber on the racetrack. Are we going to have more instances like that, like it's standing them up out of the seat? And I don't think it's because of the rubber. I think it's possibly the little ripples in the track, and when those tires catch that rut, per se. It's not a defined rut, but when it's just going to stand the bike upright.
It's not the grip so much as the contour of the racetrack.
I think so. I think it's like where the wheels packed in the track, and if you don't get centered in those little, I don't want to call them ruts because the track is great.
Grooves, maybe?
Yeah, the little grooves on the track. I think that's what's going on. So
the other thing, too, that's surprising is how wide that blue groove has gotten here today. It's not just
quick,
it's
too,
not
Ralph.
just like a foot or two, like you see sometimes at a big mile.
Yep.
Here it's 20 feet, looks like down in the corner there.
And
look at that.
yeah, there's a good look at the groove. That is the front straightaway. As the Build, Train, Race Royal Enfield class comes onto the racetrack. If you're not familiar with American Flat Track and the Build, Train, Race program, it is all female riders from all different disciplines of motorsports. They have to build their bike, maintain their bike, train, and then they have to race their bike. And they're on the racetrack for the very first time. They haven't been on the track at all this weekend.
No, and these ladies are chomping at the bit to get out there, too.
The 33 is J.C. Jones. The 8 is Zaria Martin. She's from Wisconsin. 31, Jill DeShane. She's from nearby Minnesota. The 2 is Alex Bumpus McDonald. The 81, she's been coming on strong. That's McKenna Hyatt. The 6 is Mallory Lee. The 57 is Stephanie Peets. 909 is Aaron Ferris. 27, that's Nina Cascala. 800, that is Anna Serena. 327, Gabby Hughes. The 46 is Kayla Hobart. The 15 is Mia Reese. And the 7, that is Mariah Hummer. Those are the ladies on the racetrack. This is their only chance to practice for this entire weekend. That's a lot of pressure, Ralph.
It is a lot of pressure because they obviously don't have the same amount of data in their mind, experience-wise, as the guys do who have been racing this tour since they were kids, right?
And possibly not even a track similar to this to set their bike up with before they go out. So
maybe have never seen anything like this before, experienced dirt like this before. So it is a lot to learn.
They are kind of guessing before they head on out. Jill DeShane, the 31, has the quickest lap so far, a 1:8.792. JC Jones, who is out in front on the 33, she's been the fastest, most consistent rider on the circuit all season long. She's in second with a 19.011.
I mean, Jill's doing a great job, and an 18.7, she's what, 2 seconds off of where Corey is?
Yeah, Corey's at a 17.6.
Or a second off.
Yeah, just 1 second.
A second off.
And these are, heavy motorcycles. Ladies that have never been here before, don't have a lot of notes to go off of. So Jill DeShane she's got the benefit of being close by. She's maybe been here and seen race cars race here before. They have raced bikes here before. I'm not sure if Jill raced here. In the wintertime, they race in the building just behind us. There's a little indoor short track. But it's not on this motorcycle.
Scotty, what I've been so impressed with this series is how these women have progressed over the course of the year from when we first saw them beginning of the season at the opening round at Evolution.
And it's not just the leaders either, but it's been every one
throughout
of the riders.
field.
Exactly.
And that's what this program is supposed to do. And it's being, look at how close they're racing coming off the corner here.
Yeah, JC, she's trying to get through the lap traffic and trying to get a little clear racetrack right here. But Jill DeShane, the 31, still has the quickest lap. But JC did a good job right there getting through the rest of the riders safely. I'm not sure if these riders will actually slow down, get woed up to exit.
One down right after the checkered flag.
I missed it. Oh, there is one down in the first turn. Yep. That was a quick one. That is the 07. That's Mariah Hummer. She's up and on her feet. She's got a beautiful motorcycle, though. It's got all different colors, and they can prep their bikes however they like. That's the tail section, and yeah, we're going to have a garage sale possibly later. Hopefully it's not torn up too bad.
I'm guessing it was when everybody came past start-finish, and they started to slow down right away for the exit of the race of the track. Maybe some, the accordion effect of that happens, right? Because they were all grouped up pretty close there.
And, growing up in flat track, to put your hand up and to start slowing down. As you can see, the brake assembly is actually just floating loose. So that might be it for her. The whole subframe is completely bent on that bike, but she's walking it off. If you're here with us, how about you put your hands together for the 07 Mariah Hummer going down right after the checkered flag, going down hard. And, man, we got special delivery right there.
Oh, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now you're the expert on soda.
So I love Dr. Pepper. We've talked about this before, but if you like
root beer. No, you don't love
beer,
Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper.
You're more than in love with Dr. Pepper.
I am. 23 flavors, all taste like heaven. But Sprecher, you've never heard that before, huh?
No, sir.
Sprecher is the best root beer, and it's made in nearby Milwaukee.
Here's to you, brother.
Here's to you. That was Luke Brooks, little Jack Brooks' dad, brought us some Sprecher, and we're going to enjoy a nice cold root beer.
Okay, that's outstanding.
That is the best root beer I've ever had. Hands down. Look at this beautiful shot right here. What a beautiful track.
I don't know where that lake is over there, but how can we miss that?
We haven't seen that since we've been here. That is
that is Cedar Lake.
That is Cedar Lake. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it makes sense now.
Yeah. So
we got to pull in a pond. The pond would be good for you.
Anything. There's a pond in the middle. I thought that was Cedar Lake.
In the middle.
I thought that was Cedar Lake. Yeah. Best root beer in the world.
Love to get out on old Cedar Lake on the wave runner over there. Go have some fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it might come back when it's a little bit warmer.
There's one day in July, I think, where that is possible.
Yeah. You were supposed to be on your out on the lake today when you got home.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. The 31.
Before the Niner game.
Yeah, before you get beat.
But you're talking a lot of smack over there.
The 31.
Back that up with your wallet if you're that confident.
All right, we'll have to do that. We can't do that on live TV, but we'll do that after the races are done. So they're cleaning up the little spill that happened over here outside turn number 1, going into turn number 1. Actually, Jill DeShane has the top spot, 18.792. JC Jones is second. The Wisconsin rider, the 08 Zaria Martins, will finish up third here in this first round of practice, 19.166. McKenna Hyatt, like I said, she's been getting faster every round. She is currently fourth, and Stephanie Peets rounds out your top 5.
Stephanie's getting very close to getting on the podium, by the way. and she's been flirting with that possibility of getting. The last race, she was one spot short of it with a fourth. So
She's
couple
coming.
rounds to make that happen before the year's over.
One more class yet to touch the racetrack for the very first time. It is the hooligan class. This is the Mama Tried Flat Out Friday hooligan class. It's kind of an invitational class, and that is who's staged up over here and getting ready to go. While we clean up the racetrack, we're going to get a little quick commercial break taken care of. When we come back, the hooligans are up next right here at the Drag Specialties Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission.
Sport has been America's motorsports authority since 1934. Get news, results, and commentary from the most connected experts in the business, covering all forms of motorsports from flat track to NASCAR and everything in between. Bookmark speedsport.com on your mobile device now, or follow Speedsport on social, and be sure to subscribe to the Speedsport Daily. Speedsport is your one-stop shop for all things racing on two wheels and four.
You own the job. The mornings that start too early. The nights that go too late. And every unexpected, unpredictable, unthinkable, unbelievable thing in between. You own it all. It's good to know you can rent whatever you need from people that do whatever it takes. Let's do the work.
You don't take greatness for granted, and neither should your gear. We are Torch Eyewear, and we design sunglasses for protection, performance, and chasing your passion. For more information, visit our website at torcheyewear.com and click on our free Home Try-On program.
Al Lamb's Dallas Honda is proud to sponsor the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Singles Challenge. It's a winner-take-all, $2,500 dash for cash. Enjoy the fastest and richest 4 laps in AFT singles racing. Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, dallashonda.com.
Sideburn is the world's finest go fast, turn left magazine. It is available to buy at Progressive AFT's trackside merchandise booths and is the official magazine of Progressive American Flat Track. For more information, visit sideburnmagazine.com. S&S Cycle was born from a passion for racing and has spent over 60 years building high performance for the power sports market. All the while, racing has remained at our core, from the Bonneville Salt Flats to championships in Progressive American Flat Track. S&S is the go-to for high performance on and off the racetrack. Tired of replacing your battery every year? It's time to buy the world's best lithium battery, the Pulse IPT, with up to 1,200 cranking amps and unmatched reliability. There's no better battery for your bike. Visit Full Spectrum Power in the paddock today, or on Instagram, Facebook, and the web. Start something. Power everything.
SolarFit, America's solar team, is a proud sponsor of American Flat Track Racing. Get your complimentary solar analysis today at AmericanFlatTrack.com/SolarFit and let the sun power your home or business for free.
SBS is your single source for brake parts and components. From pads to rotors, shoes, and other important parts, covering motorcycles, scooters, motocross bikes, ATVs, and UTVs. We create the power to stop you so you can go ahead. Find the right parts for your bike at www.sbsbrakes.com. Parts Unlimited, the people behind We Support the Sport, welcome you to this high-action event. We are proud to join with race fans everywhere in working to ensure that our sport gets bigger and more exciting each season. And you, too, can support the sport by visiting your local dealer who stocks products from Parts Unlimited. They've got the very best in high-performance parts and accessories and the best support network in the business. Parts Unlimited. We support the sport.
Welcome back, Cedar Lake Speedway here in New Richmond, Wisconsin.
Where are we?
Is it New Richmond?
Yeah, but where are we?
Cedar Lake Speedway.
How far away is Minneapolis?
About an hour.
All right. So there's a Cedar Lake, Wisconsin. That was what was confusing. Did you know that?
Yes, but it's down by Milwaukee.
Exactly.
Yes, because I looked at that first when I was making my travel arrangements, and I thought, oh, only about 30 minutes outside of Milwaukee.
Exactly. But we are actually closer to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Here on the west side of the state.
Just over the St. Croix River. Cool looking facility here. Here's what it looks like from the rider's perspective.
One of the Turner Hondas.
Settle down in there, going into 3.
Catching up to one of the Red Bull KTMs. Looks like that's Cody Kopp right there. So I bet this is second place in the point standings. Probably
Here's
on
Brunner.
Morgan Mishler. Wisconsin rider.
Great perspective.
Man, really leaning it over. You can see the banking right there. Brunner goes up the inside. Here comes the 79 Dalton Gauthier. Oh, he splits the thread of the needle right there.
This gives you a real good indicator of how there's no rest at all.
And
Because as you can see, they're going to come out of the corner. You'll notice bikes are only straight for a brief second right in there.
And no margin for error either, Ralph. I mean, you're that close to the wall on the straightaways. Right here, you are close to competitors. You have a little bit of room to go up the racetrack if you want. You don't want to slip too wide. You can see some of those little different tire grooves from the cars that packed in the track. That's what I was talking about earlier. Brunner in front, Dalton Gauthier right there in front of him.
This is a great angle to see how and when he's into the throttle, how much and
He
when.
just chopped it off. He really cranked it forward. And that will actually help you slow down into the corners. Seat, he slides back on the back of the seat. He'll slide all the way up towards the front going into the corners. When you slide to the front, Ralph, that puts the weight on that front tire and helps you steer it in the corners. You slide to the back coming off the corner, puts the weight on that rear wheel to get as much traction as you can.
A little bit of a push going in.
Yeah, right in front of him, Dalton Gauthier just got by Trevor Brunner. Gauthier was the fastest here in this first round of practice.
You can see why. He was going good.
Yeah, he got it dialed in, but the Turner Honda's 1, 2, and 3 so far. Look at Dalton go way up the racetrack, and if you're going to try it out, you might as well do it in practice. And then go back to the pit area and look at all the times from every lap. So if he remembers that he went high on lap 3, he'll know if that's faster or slower. Coming to the white flag right there. That was awesome. Nice onboard footage
Really
right
good,
there
really
from
good.
Insta360. The official cameras. The hooligans are getting set to go. We actually delivered some stickers to one of those hooligan riders.
Yeah, to the 3X over there.
Yeah, Scott Jones. He's on the Harley. Actually,
Could be.
most of these riders are on Harley-Davidson, except for Stace Richmond, who's the 26. He's on a KTM, and I believe there was one Triumph, the 023 of Eric Hartley, but everybody else on the big iron Harley-Davidsons. The hooligan class just gains and gains and keeps getting more and more popular.
We had to deliver some stickers for Ricky Rackman from the Cat House.
Yeah, Ricky wanted to stay home this weekend.
Sponsoring the 3 over there.
Might as well go through the list right now before they fire him up. The 3 is Scott Jones. The 22 is Tony Giarno. The 023 is Eric Hartley. The 25 is Cody Funk. The 26 Stace Richmond. The 27, they call him TV Dinner. It's Terry Vestal. The 33 is Shane
Do they
Westphal.
call him TV Dinner or you do?
Well, that's his handle on Instagram. So,
Okay.
but I just make sure everybody knows.
That's a pretty funny nickname.
I love it.
Is it for good reason or?
Well, he used to have a little bit of a belly, so he's a little bit bigger. He's thinned it down now, but Terry Vestal is out there. The 34, Jimmy DeRider. He's a Wisconsin rider. Dave Kilkenny, that's Super Dave. He's actually got a silver medal in the X Games. 43 is Randy Braulick. 51 is Mac McGrew. He's from Minnesota. The 65 is Adam Schmidt. 71, Josh Young. The 75 is Ryan Schmidt. The 100, Josh McDonald, and the 783 is Lowell Bronstad. Those are the bikes getting set to roll onto the racetrack. And I would like to be those guys right now because the track has been completely swept off. The groove is nice and clean right now. It should be a fast track as they're getting ready to come out. The hooligans will come out for one round of practice, and then they'll get into their qualifying session. They'll have 2 qualifying sessions and then a main event for this extra class out here. It's the Mama Tried Flat Out Friday Hooligans. Big, heavy Harleys. What do you think? Would you ride one?
Oh, yeah. I have a big, heavy Harley in the garage.
Well, take the headlights off.
I
take
got
the
a fat
tail.
boy back home.
You can ride
You
it in
know
this
why?
class. Why?
Because you are what you ride.
I wasn't going there.
Well.
I'm glad you said it. Yeah. So when you're riding your fat boy, you sing a George Thorogood or anything?
Like from Terminator.
Do you feel
no.
like you're in Wild Hogs when you're out there?
Like Wild Hogs. Okay. No, man, I love riding my fat boy. Dave Perowitz got a hold of it and tricked it all out for me. Did you know Dave? Legendary custom bike builder out of the Boston, Massachusetts area.
Get your motor running.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Little Steppenwolf.
Head out on the highway. All right, no more singing. We'll take a look at the points coming in for our premier class, the Super Twins class, as we're still waiting for the track to be ready for the hooligans to roll back out. So your Super Twins points, it's coming down to the wire. It's a special day out here today. 2 main events for the premier class in one day. And it's 9 points separating Jared Meese right now. He's 9 points in front of Briar Bauman. And they are 16 points. Actually, Jared's 16 points in front of Dallas Daniels. J.D. Beach is fourth. Brandon Robinson in the top 5. Again, we'll see 2 main events for the Super Twins class, and that has never been done before in the history of American Flat Track.
I know there was a tremendous amount of controversy at the beginning of the season about technical rules and how it was going to impact things and everything. I got to say, we have had a tremendous points championship all season long. It has been accordion-like all year. Close in, push out, close back in. Now we come down. We got 4 races to go, Scotty. 2 here. We'll have a doubleheader again. The season finale weekend down at Volusia during Biketoberfest. It is going to be fantastic all the way to the finish.
And nobody's pulling away. You know, there's 2 Indians, 2 Yamahas first. You know, the first 4, another Indian back there in 5th. So I don't want to say yes, it's perfect.
It's never perfect.
But it's got the bikes closer together.
It's never perfect. I understand why it's frustrating for some of the riders. I get that. But if you're a fan of the sport and you're sitting in the grandstands or you're watching on FS1 or you're watching on our live stream broadcast here today on Fans Choice, you've got to be loving the competition.
Absolutely. And when we come to a short track like this, the horsepower to weight ratio doesn't quite matter as much. The flywheel weight, yeah, it'd be nice if you had a flywheel weight to come off the corners a little bit better, but throw all that out the window. It's time to go racing.
Well, and again, I understand the rider's perspective. It's a different conversation when you're the rider or the mechanic, right? Because you're always looking for the advantage. That's what you're supposed to do, and that's what these guys do so exceptionally well. So I understand why they complain or voice their opinion and maybe have a different perspective on it. But strictly from a race fan's perspective, I've thoroughly enjoyed the competition this year.
By far, it's been great. So here comes the big heavy hooligans. The Mama Tried Flat Out Friday hooligans. Basically some Sportsters. Take the headlights off, take the taillights off, put some race wheels and tires on. Someone put different pipes, put some number plates on them, and come out here and go to work. Again, in flat track, only rear brakes are accepted, and that applies here in the hooligan class too. So you can hear the big heavy thunder out there on the track. They get 1 round of practice, so you got to take full advantage if you can on this one and only practice session. 783 is the leader on the racetrack right now. That is Lowell Bronstad. He's on a Harley-Davidson, sponsored by Snakes Speed Shop.
That's what a speed shop should be called.
Snakes. I like it. So it looks like we have our Royal Enfields kind of mixed in with
I want that t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Snake Speed Shop, I want that t-shirt for sure.
Our time and scoring is a little bit messed up right now. We do have the Royal Enfield still mixed in with the hooligans, but Cody Funk goes to the head of the class, 1:8.612. Over here now, Josh Young moves into second on the 71. 1:8.612. Cody Funk, Josh Young, Lowell Bronstad. Here comes Jeremy the Ryder. The 34 now up to second. There's the 26 on the screen. Stace Richmond. Saw Stace the last couple rounds go, or actually the last round at the night before the Lodi Cycle Bowl. There's Super Dave, the 35. That is Dave Kilkenny. Kilkenny does a lot of different kinds of riding. Actually won a silver medal at the X Games over Minneapolis in 2017. Where's TV Dinner at? Terry Vestal back there in 8th right now.
Did you used to eat TV dinners as a kid?
I did as a kid, yeah.
That was like a treat.
It was awesome. Yeah,
Swanson's turkey.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
All you gotta do is just throw it in the oven. It's easy. 25 looking up the inside. That's the fastest by that's the 35 right there. That is still Dave Kilkenny. Gets by the 3 as Scott Jones. There's the 25. Quickest on the racetrack right now is Cody Funk. Funk going around the 75 right here. That's Schmidt.
Sometimes the voices in your head just need to be ignored, don't they?
I don't know. Truck's throwing some song lyrics at us. We might save those for the race time. What do you think? They're getting around the 33 right here. Mike's already taking the checkered flag to see if they can get him woed down and exit off of turn number 2. That was your Mama Tried Flat Out Friday Invitational Hooligans. Their only round of practice here on my schedule. It shows we got some track maintenance coming up next, but I do see the Super Twins are already getting set to go. So we're going to skip this little track prep. We're going to switch it on to qualifying. Super Twins getting set to go with qualifying up next. And it's very important, Ralph, today because there are 2 main events, but only 2 rounds of qualifying. And how you qualify will give your starting lineup not only to the semifinals, but also the fastest 4 qualifiers will qualify into the Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge.
Yeah, and listen up, folks. Just go with us a little bit today, right?
I'm trying, Ralph.
I'm just, for our friends listening at home around the world.
I'm not your friend?
No, you are.
Okay.
I'm saying for our friends listening at home around the world.
All right.
Just roll with us a little bit today. It's not that we don't know what's going on, but to be honest, we don't know what's going on because a lot of things are changing on the fly today because we're really in a hustle mode here to try to keep moving the show forward and
they're trying to get everything in. Trying to get track maintenance going, trying to do all the stuff we have to do so that racing can be great and safe and fun for everybody and competitive. So things might change when we don't expect it to. So we'll update you as best we can as it goes. Super Twins qualifying on the racetrack. The 1, Jared Meese. The 3 is Briar Bauman. 32, Dallas Daniels. They will get 1 practice start. That will happen right here on the front straightaway. 95, J.D. Beach. The 44, Brandon Robinson. The 20 is Jared Vandekoy. 37, that is Bronson Bauman. 67, Davis Fisher. 25, Ben Lau. 27, Robbie Pearson. 52, Shane the Texter Bauman. 92 is Brandon Price. And the 23, it's the Wizard, Jeffrey Carver Jr.
Fresh off a win overseas, right, in the UK?
Over in Greenfield, the Greenfield short track in kind of out in the middle of nowhere, England, but beautiful little short track. Getting set to go. They get a practice start right here. Looks like they're waiting on all the bikes to be out.
So, Scotty,
yes, sir.
Based on what we've seen, the way the track is racing, if you were number 1 qualifier and you were getting ready to go racing, if you want to start on the inside where Jared was or way up top where the 20 was because that's where the blue groove leads you down into the corner.
I would start on the outside, try to get on that blue groove as fast as possible, get more traction, and then you could also rail around the outside of turns 1 and 2 because you'll hope that the riders starting on the inside will kind of get stacked up together on the inside. You'll have the momentum to carry the speed around through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Go over there where Jared was at and let it rip, right?
Ooh, one of the S&C Yamahas almost bounced off the back straightaway wall right there, coming out of turn number 2. The 3rd bike on the racetrack trying to go all over the racetrack, it looks like. Again, this is qualifying.
Well, that blue groove takes you right out to the wall.
It definitely does, and look at that. Briar's trying to sneak underneath the blue groove, and with that bank corner like that, Ralph, that makes sense. The moisture will go down the racetrack as we take a look at Jared Meese going up the inside of the 32 of Dallas Daniels.
2 of the 4 guys right in the thick of the points chase here in Mission Super Twins.
Vandekoy goes up to 2nd, the 20 bike, a 1:7.695. Bugs Pearson's going up there with him up to 5th. This should be a track that Bugs Pearson should do well. It looks like Dallas Daniels is having trouble slowing his motorcycle down.
He got way off the line.
But he's done that a couple times, Ralph. I don't know if he's just having trouble with his brake pedal or maybe he's just pushing a little bit too hard. Sometimes you have to go slow to go fast.
Yeah, whatever he's doing, that didn't work.
Not yet.
He lost touch with Jared.
Briar at the top spot, 17.531. He's got company on the back tire. Here comes the 20, Jared Vandekoy closing in on the 3. This is qualifying. Look at Vanderkoy's going in higher, squaring off the corner. That will make the front straightaway a little bit longer.
I really like Jared's line through 3 and 4 there. He was carrying a ton of speed through there. Boy, it was working.
He looks confident, but as he did that, the 3 bikes start pulling away from him. On the screen right now.
Let's see what Dallas does down here in 3 and 4 this time. He's keeping it a little bit lower. Now he lets it eat up a little bit.
Yeah, he's just going a little bit too hot.
He didn't gain anything there, did he?
Nope.
Buried back down in 12th. He's not going to be happy with that.
But Ralph, you have to do it right now when you have a chance to go look for other lines. You have to do it right now. You can't do it later on when the money's on the line. They have 2 main events here today, so they got to figure out the fastest way around.
But he needs to qualify well if he wants to get into that challenge race, too.
Very true, and that'll put him on the front row of the main events.
Yeah, and that's going to be really important tonight.
Fast qualifier was the one bike of Jared Meese, 17.394. Looks like the singles are already actually, another ambulance is sliding through to put him in the infield to get, just in case, be closer to the action.
I was just thinking, normally, if somebody says to you, yeah, we got a dirt track race in the middle of the day, you go, ooh, dry, dusty, not so good. This might be the best dirt track race you've ever seen in the daytime.
It very well could be.
This place is going to be really good today.
You know, some tracks we have to race during the daytime, like Springfield Mile, but you know that track is built for it. It can handle it.
No, but traditionally, when you go to a dirt track that runs on a Saturday night or a Friday night, they have rain. You have to go the next day. It's usually not very good.
Absolutely. I see what you're saying, but this track is meant to race at night, but our option was to race during the daytime. That will let the fans try to get back home for work for tomorrow. Looks like they're trying to get one more ambulance parked in the infield of the racetrack. But you see how muddy it is in the infield, Ralph. I mean, we saw the track yesterday. There's
the other Cedar Lake right there.
Yeah, the Cedar Lake in the middle with the fountain. You can jump in that thing today?
No.
Okay, no chance?
No intention.
Not even
Who was it that jumped in the lake?
Jeffrey Carver jumped in the North Sea last weekend.
No, but Sadoff. Chase Sadoff.
Was
that the one he jumped in that pond?
I don't know if they were at the Cedar Lake. It wasn't the
pond
pond in the middle.
Or was it the lake?
Again, they're going to come out and do a practice start. We're switching gears into the Parts Limited AFT Singles, sponsored by Kicker. 12 is Cody Kopp, 13 Morgan Mishler, 21 Trevor Bruner, 79 Dalton Gauthier, 18 Max Whale, 48 Trent Lowe, 106 Chase Sadoff, and the 19 that's James Ott from Simi Valley, California. This track should fit James Ott's fancy well. He did good, as you can see the Turner team standing there watching. Chase Sadoff's dad right there in the middle. Mike Turner was on the left, the owner of the team. James Ott, when he first came onto the scene, got a podium at the Texas Half Mile. This is like a smaller version of the Texas Half Mile, maybe a little more banking here, so Ott should feel real comfortable here at this racetrack.
Yeah, there's definitely more banking here than at Texas Motor Speedway.
Definitely. Qualifying.
Here, and there's new dirt down there, too, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
I've not heard that. That's awesome. Hopefully we'll go back next year. 79, Dalton Gauthier. He was fastest in practice. Can he back it up here in qualifying when it counts? 1:07.528 so far. 79, fastest bike on the track. And just as I say that, 106, Chase Sadoff goes to the top spot. The Rooster. Still looking for his first win in American Flat Track.
As we're watching the Turner guys, let's check in with Kristen B.
Yeah, you know, earlier this week, I actually got on a call with some of the Turner Racing Honda guys. Moving into a track like this, a short track, high bank, 3/8 mile, this is their bread and butter. For a lot of these riders like Morgan Mishler and Chase Sadoff, they have built their careers off of tracks like this. For Chase Sadoff, this is a track we generally see in the amateur scene. For Morgan Mishler, he was the Dixie Speedway specialist. He was a short track guy. For him, coming back to a track like this, despite being so successful on a varying range of tracks this year, Morgan Mishler said, "This is a track I am excited about. I feel comfortable here. I've never raced here before." And guys, he is from Wisconsin, so it feels like a home race. Yeah.
Dixie Speedway, another one of those red clay Georgia tracks.
Very good point. Good job, Kristen. That is very good points for everything she mentioned. Sadoff, grew up racing tracks like this. Yeah, Morgan's going to have a little bit extra incentive. He's from Wisconsin. He's currently 4th right now, but very good points as Cody Kopp gets up there in the mix of things. He gets up there for 3rd for a second, now drops back to 5th as Sadoff has the quick time. Here in the first round of qualifying so far, there's 2 more groups to go, but Chase Sadoff looking really racy. 1:7.336, and he actually went down on Friday in the practice day in turn number 3 and 4. Doesn't look like it's slowing him down one bit. There you go, 1:7.336 for Sadoff. Brunner 2nd, Mishler 3rd, Dalton Gauthier, Cody Kopp is 5th, Trent Lowe, Maxwell, and James Ott. Group 2 is already on the racetrack again. They'll get a practice start right here. They'll slow it down off of turn number 4. 26 is Aiden Rusevans, 24 Hunter Bauer, 80s Brandon Kitchen, 49 Chad Coast, 99 Kevin Stalling, 63 Jared Lowe, 55 Tyler Raggio, and the 91, that is Justin Jones. 3 groups of riders here in the AFT singles class, 24 total entries. Only the fastest 16 will qualify for a main event here today. And they're only getting 1 main event. The Super Twins will get 2 main events. And there they go. Chad Coast says, I'll go first. The low line could work, Ralph. I'm not saying that it won't work, but if it was me, if I could go pick, I would take the outside line like we were mentioning a few moments ago.
I agree on the start for sure.
Yes.
If this works today, now obviously there's no reason to think it won't, but let's say everybody gets through today with our Mission Super Twins, they go, I kind of like that doubleheader same-day format. Is that something you'd like to see carry on? Not every round, but maybe certain events, kind of like that World Superbike format?
Possibly so. I think it would put way more emphasis on qualifying. I think it will be, to me, Ralph, I think it will depend on how many riders are actually there. Like when you have less than 16, I think it's no problem. When you have more than 16, I would hate to make it where somebody that didn't qualify in would miss 2 main events in that day. So I think it could work out. I mean, I like it. I like, these guys are going to make 2 paychecks today. And a big shout out to Mission Foods who helped with this purse, who is our, presenting sponsor, to help make it where these guys can make some extra money and make up for some of the races they missed earlier in the year.
Well, listen, we can't thank the folks at Mission Food enough for everything they do for this sport.
Big time.
It's unbelievable what they
Mr. Gonzalez, the entire crew, everybody that's worked all the mission tents at every round, you make sure we get fed.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I can't think of a title sponsor who I've seen do more all the way around in the sport for that particular sport that Mission Foods has done for American Flat Track.
It's huge.
It's incredible.
Huge.
There's a lot of great sponsors out there, and they all do wonderful things, but as far as an overall program, these guys have been amazing.
Fastest bike on the racetrack is the 49 Chad Coast up to 6th place. On the screen right here is Aiden Rusevans. He is currently 12th. Stallings goes up to 10th on the 99 bike, just as I say that. And there comes a battle up here into turn number 3. Up the racetrack just a little bit goes to 63. He's got company sneaking a peek on the inside. Looks like Raggio on the 55 coming to the checkered flag. Raggio currently 13th. The 63 of Jared Lowe is currently 16th. So not a good running so far by Jared Lowe. That was group number 2. It is still the Rooster. Chase Sadoff at the top spot. 1:7.336 here in this first round of qualifying for the singles class. Up next will be group number 3. 175, Taryn Santero. The 14, Jacob Layman. 119, Logan McGrain. 53, Blake Steinwagner. 56, Jordan Jean. 107, Wyatt Vaughn. 57, Ian Wolf. And the 176 from Amory, Wisconsin. That is Jacob Walter, who actually looked really good in that practice session. One Kawasaki out there, Taryn Santero from California. Up the inside comes Steinwagner from Wisconsin, the 14 bike. His sponsor's nearby. Oh, Kristen signing autographs. That's Jack Brooks right there.
I was going to say, isn't that Jack?
Mm-hmm.
Old fast Jack.
Jack the Ripper. Number 13 in the amateur ranks. Logan McGrain out in front on the 119. It's his first year as a pro rider. You've got to be 16 to be pro, and he turned 16 a little while back, and actually had a birthday last week, turning 17.
So I would qualify
if you would,
if I had the speed.
Yeah, if you keep up. Again, they have to be within 107% of the fast qualifier's time. If you're not within that time, you will be not moving on to the rest of the program.
Walking to his bike is Corey Texter.
Two-time champ. He's actually walking up to check out the racetrack, and I don't blame him right now. The track's going through a lot of changes. I think it will continue to take rubber throughout the day, which is very surprising with all the moisture that came down the last few days. How quickly it rubbered up. Look at Jacob Layman way down to the inside looking for the moisture. He's got help from Vanilla Cycles, who has a booth set up over there on the concourse level, and they're from nearby, actually North Dakota is where Vanilla Cycles is from, but not too far away. And Brad the Bullet Baker helps him out. So does Kevin Anderson, that 14 bike. It's his final race with us here in American Flat Track for Jacob Layman, a former winner in this class.
Here's hoping he has a great day and a great way to round out the career.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's a good rider, very good TT rider. He's very talented. He's rode some twins a little bit, and he's on the 450 here. Battling with the 119, Logan McGrain. McGrain is up there in the 15th spot. Jacob Layman currently 18th quick so far. Just his first round of qualifying. Rolling with the punches today with the format. McGrain looks like he dove into turn 3 really hard that time. That should be a good lap for the kid. 119 Logan McGrain. See if he gains anything as he comes to the checkered flag. He was 14th, and that is actually where he will end up. The 17.748. Terrence Santero was out there. The 175 is currently 11th. 17.707. Production twins are already staged up and ready to go. Two groups of riders. We did have two riders not make it back out here for today. The 10 of Johnny Lewis had issues with his Royal Enfield yesterday, went up in smoke. And the 15 of Mikey Rush, he's elected not to race here today. Hopefully we'll see if the final two rounds when we head on down to Volusia. I saw Lane's World back there in the pit area. Just got a message from former rider that used to race with us all the time, Sean Barry, said he likes the two main event format, but why not invert the field for the second round? So I kind of like that. How you qualify for the first one?
That's one way of doing it. I was just thinking about the way, World Superbike does it, where they qualify and then just run two full mains the same way.
Yeah, I like that idea. Or maybe the way you finish the first one, invert the field from that. We'll see.
Yeah, it's something that
keep an eye on.
Yeah, American Flat Track today was more out of necessity and out of creativity, I guess,
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes from here.
Mission Production Twins, sponsored by Vincent Hines. On the track, 33, Jesse Janish, 1, Corey Texter, 60s, Nick Armstrong, 109, Billy Ross, the 34, Cameron Smith, 51, Cole Zavala, the 62, that is Dan Bromley.
You see a lot of forms of short track racing around the country where they roll the dice. Literally, the guy that wins comes out and rolls a pair of dice to see whatever number comes up is how much they invert the field.
Yeah, I like it.
Lots of ways to do it. I've seen guys spin a wheel, to do it that way.
Gives them their starting position or how many they invert.
How many they invert.
Yeah. Dan Bromley, you know what? Kristen was talking to him yesterday before Mother Nature put a halt to everything, and what an impressive season for him. He wasn't even supposed to be racing with us here this year, and he has not finished off the podium in any round he's been with us.
Some of that Scotty Dubler straight off the couch program.
Straight off the couch. Dan Bromley, he's raced with us 5 times, 3 seconds and 2/3.
It's pretty good.
I like it.
Off the couch or not, that's a heck of a way to go.
Of course it'd be nice to get a win, but to come out here, and he's also helping out Nick Henderson Products and helping out his teammate, the 51 of Zabala.
There he is, right
Dan
there.
actually closing in right here on Corey Texter, both those guys from Pennsylvania.
I would think Dan's probably ridden on a lot of tracks like this one.
Yeah, he's a former singles champion. He's getting married in October 22nd. Corey Texter, the one bike, his final season. He's currently 4th right now here in qualifying. Dan Bromley, who is up to 2nd. But how about Nick Armstrong at the top spot, 17.548.
Volusia winner.
Yep. He told me a couple of races ago that he needed to win or he won't be coming to the rest of the round. So maybe a little extra incentive to go fast. Maybe it's production twins fast. Nick Armstrong. Maybe this is like a miniature Volusia.
Yeah, well, it's fast.
Volusia's not quite as banked as this.
No, but it does kind of have that. The front straightaway here is shaped more the way the back straightaway is there.
Correct. Look at that. The two Pennsylvania guys talking things over. Dan Bromley and Corey. Maybe Bromley's still helping him, Corey. You know, Corey's still battling for that championship in his final year. Group number 2 rolling onto the racetrack. Nick Armstrong. Look at the Yamahas, the top 4 spots. Armstrong, Bromley, Cameron Smith, and Corey Texter. Whew. Group 2 rolls onto the racetrack. Fast time, 17.548. Yeah. 3 out of the top 4 from Pennsylvania, but they got California right at the top spot.
That's right, baby.
Group 2 up next. 96 Cody Johncox, 47 Michael Hill, 61 Casey Cisco, the Flying Tomato, number 36 Colby Carlisle, 45 Shelby Miller, 30 Brock Schwarzenbacher, 22 is Mitch Harbert, 223 Jeffrey Lowry, in the 50s J-Mac, Jimmy McAllister. He's from Petaluma, California.
Know where it is? Right over by Mother Goose Speedway. Called Speedway motorcycle races over there.
Nice. I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah.
You're paying, Ralph's saying.
You got it. And these days, you don't have to pay that much.
That's right. 20 bucks is 20 bucks.
That's right.
So can anybody beat a 17.548? There's a rider down in turn number 2. It looks like Brock Schwarzenbacher. You can see the airbag suit has inflated. That is the Wisconsin rider. I always say it's the longest name in flat track, Schwarzenbacher. It doesn't even fit all in this line right here, see?
Yeah, it doesn't, no.
Looks like a typo.
Yeah.
It's like, looks like he got in there a little bit too hot. We'll take a look at the replay. Watch the bottom of the screen. The 30 looks like he just loses the front wheel, and the back end comes on around.
A little low side.
He does a good job, though, of hanging onto the motorcycle. When they teach when you fall down, you know, try to pull in that clutch if you can keep it running. But he was putting his hand up to try to let the guys behind him know that, hey, I'm down. Please don't run me over. Looks like they're stopping the bikes on the inside of turn number 2, so it's a little bit flatter area. Here comes Brock's dad over there to help out, put the starter.
That could be a good Halloween costume for you, Scotty.
What's that, pumpkin?
No.
What?
Get your leathers with your suit, inflatable suit underneath.
Puff it up.
But puff it up and wear it out that way.
Walk around like
walking around that way.
The,
I love
Michelin
it, man.
Man.
That would be great.
I don't think it stayed inflated long enough. Yeah, I could just tell people it's already inflated. Yeah, that way. Yeah. I can't even zip up my zipper on my leathers.
Oh, you can too.
No. Maybe if I lay down flat.
Yeah, but how old? What year was it that you got those leathers? How old were you then?
I probably got those in 97 or so. So I was probably, just a youngster, 25.
Yeah, so,
Yep. Got them from, I got the ride with Laurel Lake Racing.
Sounds like you got a lot of use out of them.
I definitely did. Yep. Production Twins coming right back to it. This is group number 2. Doesn't look like they have a lap completed, but they're going to go up at full song. They're not going to stop this time, so they'll go right on by. This is qualifying Group 2, first round of qualifying for your Production Twins. The Royal Enfield are staged up and ready to go with the Field Train Race program. Quick time we're looking for right now, it's the 60 bike Nick Armstrong, 17.548. So the track, Ralph, is a little bit slower, but it's daytime. It's got rubber down instead of being nighttime and wet. So it's slower, I think, just because of those two reasons.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that the racing's not being good.
No, I was going to say we've seen a lot of people riding side by side and, pretty tight packs, good competition. I think it's going to be a racy track. Might not be a blisteringly fast one, but it should provide for some good racing.
And the groove's wide enough, we should be able to put at least 2 wide into a corner. So you won't have to go in there and move somebody out of the way. How about Casey Cisco, the 61 up to second? Oh my goodness, Cisco's found some speed. The 61 is on the gas. He's right here going into turn number 1. He's chasing the 45 Shelby Miller, but he goes up the racetrack.
Hang on, Casey.
Man, he must have heard us calling him out, but he went up the racetrack. But Cisco all the way up to second place on the Raffle Racing entry. He's got 2 different bikes to choose from here today. Not sure exactly which bike he is on at the moment. Looks like possibly the Kawasaki. Casey Cisco, he's on the Raffle Racing Just One Helmets Firepower WPS entry. He's up to second. There's the 36 Colby Carlisle using some body English coming up for turn number 4. Kobe looks pretty good. Slides way back over the tail section to get the traction down that back straight. Carlisle currently 4th quick on his Harley-Davidson, doing it for Las Vegas Harley. There's Cisco trying to get by the 45 of Shelby Miller, trying to square up the corner.
Making him work
trying
on
to
the
come up
bottom.
the inside. He's kind of getting held up just a little bit. Checkered flag is out, so he'll get it woed down right here. Nope, maybe that was... They're still looks like they're full speed, so Cisco's got one more chance. They go up the racetrack. Here they come off of 4. Checkered flag is out. Cisco's bringing the 47 with them. That's Michael Hill. He's up to 8th place. 47 bike was making some hay right there. The missile. So qualifying round number 1 is in the books for the production twins. There's a look at it. Nick Armstrong at the top spot. Cisco is just out there. Goes up to 2nd, 17.611. That's a good qualifying effort for him. He'll split up the Yamaha. So we got Yamaha, Harley. Dan Bromley goes back to 3rd. Kobe Carlisle on his Harley-Davidson goes up to 4th. Cameron Smith running out your top 5. Gonna be good.
Yeah, and Corey and Jesse right there, 6 and 7.
What are they doing back there, Ralph?
I don't know.
Tell them to step it up. The ladies are coming to the track. This is the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. 33, that's J.C. Jones. The 8 is Zaria Martins. 31, Jill DeShane. She's from nearby, right out of Rogers, Minnesota. The 2 is Alex Bumpus McDonald. 81, that's McKenna Hyatt. The 6 is Mallory Lee. Don't see her here. Yeah, there she is, 06 Mallory. She's from Buda, Texas. The 57, Stephanie Peets. The 909, Aaron Ferris. 27, that's Nina Scala. 800, Anna Serena. The 327 is Gabby Hughes. 46 is Kayla Hobart. The 15 out there, that's Mia Reese. And the 7, that's Mariah Hummer. That is the bike that went down earlier in turn number 1. We'll see if she can make it back out. Look at that shirt right there. Build, Train, Race. They've got a bunch of riders this year. This is the biggest class we've had, biggest field we've had for these riders. They also have been doing some Moto America road racing too.
Yep, they have a road racing program for this.
Here we go. This is just this is qualifying, but they're all getting ready to take off. I thought they were all going to go at the same time, like a race, but they're going to go ahead and go one at a time. This is their first and only round of qualifying, I believe. Nope, they got 2 rounds of qualifying as well. So 2 rounds, just like the rest of the classes. Fast time in practice was the 31 and 18.792. And it'll be interesting to see how much they will progress throughout the day. You know, a 18.792, they've had an opportunity to go back, maybe watch some film, maybe talk to some people in the pit area to see if they can make some changes to their bikes to get faster. J.C. Jones out front, the 33 bike. So Jill DeShane won the season opener down there at Volusia, and then J.C. Jones kind of took over from there.
2 of them have had a great season.
Yeah, J.C. Jones has won every race but the first one. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Jill's always chasing her across the line, too.
Jill's pretty close. The 33 and the 31 are 2 of the bikes you should keep your eyes on. The 606 Mallory Lee. Stephanie Peets has been getting faster every time out. J.C. Jones on the screen, the 33 bike. She's from Fallbrook, California. She goes by the 15. Mia Reese. She looks pretty smooth, Ralph.
Sure does.
Definitely tell a little bit different speed in some of the riders. Some of them a little bit more comfortable, quicker than the others. Quick lap so far. Zaria Martins from Wisconsin, 18.667. That is faster than they were in practice.
JC really starting to slide that bike a little bit through the corners, too.
Yeah, impressive. JC sitting 2nd. Jill DeShane now currently 3rd quick. There's Zaria. She's from nearby. She's from Wisconsin here close by. Checkered flag is out. They'll slow it down, exit the racetrack outside turns 1 and 2. Zaria Martins looking pretty strong out here today. She should. She's from close by. She's from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. There's the 08 on the screen. So a quick time is the 8 of Zaria, 08. 18.667, over a tenth of a second faster than they were in practice. JC Jones is second. Mallory Lee still on there. She didn't take any laps. She's not here with us. Jill Duchesne will move up into that third spot. McKenna is fourth. Stephanie Pete's up to fifth now, Ralph.
Yep, improving.
Yep.
Learning. Gaining that speed.
Up next, it's the Mama Tried Flat Out Friday. Hooligans, the big heavy iron, getting ready to roll onto the racetrack for their first round of qualifying. Hooligans getting set to roll out. I've got a list here. Doesn't mean exactly how they're coming out, but the 3 is Scott Jones. The 22 is Tony Ormno. 023 is Eric Hartley. The 25 is Cody Funk. He's fastest in practice. 26, Stace Richmond. 27, Terry Vestal. 33, Shane Westfall. 34, Jeremy DeRider. Used to be national number 34. 35, Super Dave Kilkenny. The 45 is Randy Brolick. 51, Mac McGrew. The 65, Adam Schmidt. 71 is Josh Young. 75 is Ryan Schmidt. Also out there be the 100 of Josh McDonald, and the 783 is Lowell Bronstad. Those are the bikes on the racetrack. Just like the rest of the classes, they get one practice start here in this first round of qualifying. Bikes are going into gear. Again, all on Harley-Davidsons except for the 26 of Stace Richmond and the 023 of Eric Hartley. He's on a Triumph. Qualifying's taking off. Good chance to get a good practice start. You see some of those bikes on the inside really getting sideways. Well, and a bike on the outside just did as well. Yeah. So it might just be really slick everywhere, but again, I would still stick to the high line. Green flag is out. Qualifying has begun. Round 1 for the Hooligans. Well, you can see when those bikes go off the racetrack, they dig deep ruts in there. That's how soft the track is. The screen looks like the 783 Lowell Bronstad. There's the 71 of Young right there in close second, Josh Young. Bronstad slides back to third. Josh Young will go back to fourth. Is Scott Jones now with those, what does he have, the Cat House coffee stickers?
He's got Cat House stickers, yeah, from Ricky Rackman's place.
All right.
And his coffee brand.
Well, it's helping him go faster. He's up to second. Now he's third.
It's
now he's
probably
fourth.
nice and awake.
The 35, Super Dave Kilkenny goes to the top spot. 18.336. And just as I say that, the 51, now the 25, it's changing every second. Cody Funk again to the top spot as we're keeping an eye on the 35, Dave Kilkenny. Supermoto rider, done some road racing, does off-road, does a little bit of everything. Really good flat tracker. He's a fun guy to be around. Stace Richmond up there on the KTM up to fourth. Mac McGrew in second, now the 51. Mac McGrew has a beautiful RS Honda 750. He raced with us for quite a while. Scott Jones, the 3 bike up there in the 5th position. 18.215. Quick time now for Cody Funk, the 25 bike. There he is. Beautiful blue Harley. There is the Funk. Nothing but the Funk. There he goes up the racetrack just a little bit. Brad Jones had too much coffee. White flag is flying. 1 lap to go. And there's the checkered flag already back around. And it doesn't take real long to get these quick laps in. Big P, the flag man, waving the checkered. 25, fastest in practice, fastest here in qualifying. Oh, another rider down.
And 1 down over in 3 and 4.
It's the 100 of Josh McDonald. He got it up, keeps it running. Oh, almost did. Oh, he still doesn't have it running. All right.
Yeah, fix that number plate.
He's going to look and make sure he didn't lose his foot peg rubber. I think that's what came off. Yep. Pick up them spare parts. 18.215 for the 25. Cody Funk, Mac McGrew second.
There's Brad the Bullet.
There's the Bullet, and there's Bristol. There is Bristol. Beautiful dog.
Gotta love the pit puppies. Paddock pups.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're through with our entire first round of qualifying out here today. Opening ceremonies are scheduled for 2 p.m. We'll just follow along the schedule. It's going to be short and sweet.
Yeah.
We'll get right back to the racing action. We're going to take a break in the action. They're going to do a little track maintenance. When we come back, qualifying round number 2 from right here, the Cedar Lake Short Track. We will be right back for round number 2.
Sport has been America's motorsports authority since 1934. Get news, results, and commentary from the most connected experts in the business, covering all forms of motorsports from flat track to NASCAR and everything in between. Bookmark speedsport.com on your mobile device now, or follow Speedsport on social, and be sure to subscribe to the Speedsport Daily. Speedsport is your one-stop shop for all things racing on 2 wheels and 4.
You own the job. The mornings that start too early. The nights that go too late. And every unexpected, unpredictable, unthinkable, unbelievable thing in between. You own it all. It's good to know you can rent whatever you need from people that do whatever it takes. Let's do the work.
Cometic Gasket is the official gasket of Progressive American Flat Track. For decades, Progressive American Flat Track champions have depended on Cometic to seal their engines. Cometic gaskets are the professional standard for racers who demand the very best. For more information, log on to Cometic.com. Cometic Gasket, sealing championships since 1989.
Born from the desire to inspire and create adventure and community, Super 73 is an electric bike brand fusing motorcycle heritage and youth culture. Founded in 2016 and based in Southern California, Super 73 has led the charge in pioneering a new approach to help redefine the electric bicycle industry. By emphasizing thoughtful design, responsible manufacturing techniques, and local community engagement, the brand continually strives to grow and expand into a true industry leader. Visit super73.com for more information.
You don't take greatness for granted, and neither should your gear. We are Torch Eyewear, and we design sunglasses for protection, performance, and chasing your passion. For more information, visit our website at torcheyewear.com and click on our free Home Try-On program.
The 2022 season will see new challenges for Royal Enfield. More racing, more racers, and more energy than ever before. For the first time ever, the Moto Anatomy powered by Royal Enfield team will participate in the full calendar, including the miles and build train race grid expanding to 15 riders and 7 races. More action than ever before. SENA is proud to be the official motorcycle communication system of Progressive American Flat Track. Ride connected with industry-leading mesh and Bluetooth communication systems, plus sound by Harman Kardon speakers and microphone. Head over to the marketplace to demo one of SENA's premium motorcycle communication systems today.
Tom Duma Fine Jewelers is proud to be the official jeweler for our 8th year to Progressive American Flat Track, providing championship rings for each class in 2021. TDFJ wants to be your jeweler. Check us out online for all your jewelry needs, from engagement rings to fashion jewelry to watches, in all price points to fit everyone's budget. Shop like a pro. Shop TDFJ.com.
Al Lamb's Dallas Honda is proud to sponsor the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Singles Challenge. It's a winner-take-all, $2,500 dash for cash. Enjoy the fastest and richest 4 laps in AFT singles racing. Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, dallashonda.com. And welcome back to the Drag Specialties Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission Foods. We're in New Richmond, Wisconsin. And Ralph, we're doing something today that has never been done in American Flat Track in the Premier Class. We're racing 2 main events for the Super Twins.
That's right, a doubleheader day.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah. It's going to be challenging for the teams, for the riders, for the mechanics. It's going to be different. Question coming in from the truck. So the truck is wondering what part of the doubleheader is the most difficult part. Is it endurance for the rider, mechanical from the bikes, mechanics getting the bike ready? What would you say, Scotty?
I don't think it's physical for the riders. It's a short track, so it's going to happen real quick. And the races aren't that long. Honestly, they're 8 minutes plus 2 laps. So it's going to be a lot of laps, yes, but they'll have a break in between. I think it's going to be hardest on the mechanics because, again, we're at a brand new track. We've never been here before. You've got to figure out this setup. And then you're going to have to keep up with the track and how it changes, watching the times from the first main event, actually from the first time they've been on the track, through qualifying into this, no semifinals either, so that's different. You'll line up for your, for your first final, and then the top 4 will line up for their mission challenge, and then they'll come back later on at the last race of the day for the last Super Twins final. So from a mechanic standpoint, do you have 2 motorcycles ready to go? Do you have 3 motorcycles possibly ready to go? And how many wheels and tires do you have set up ready to go? Sometimes you want to go out there and scuff in a left side of the tires, front and rear, probably more so rear, and then you have time to switch them, turn those tires around. You have time to put a different wheel on. So I think mechanically, I think it's going to be the hardest on the mechanics, more so than the riders. The riders maybe more so will have a mental issue, not physical.
Yeah, I would agree with you. For the riders, I think it's going to be more mental than anything. But if you're having a good day and you can keep that momentum going, that could be a really fun day too.
And a huge beneficial day.
Oh, man.
2 main events, and with this points championship, 9 points between first and second, 16 points between the top 3 in that Super Twins class. If you get it dialed in quick, you're going to be set for the rest of the day.
If you're on your game, this is going to be a really fun day.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And, will it pay, to anybody's favor? Who's going to hit the setup quickest? Right now it looks like Jared Meese. And we were talking earlier, there's some outlying circumstances to we were wondering if he was even going to be here today.
Yeah, don't forget Hurricane Ian creeping in towards the coast of Florida. And, of course, Jared from Florida, concerned about his home, his family, and everything down there. So talking to him yesterday, he's thinking about that very much on his mind and wanting to get this day in so he can hustle home and take care of everything he has to do back there.
And, he's got 2 main events, and he's leading the championship. He wants, more than anything, he wants to catch, Chris Carr is the next on his list of people to catch with. Who's
here today?
With wins.
He's here yesterday.
And championships. And then he's also, hunting the Holy Grail, Scotty Parker with 9 Grand National Championships, 94 wins. And, so Jared, of course, family comes first, but he's watched the weather. We talked to him earlier. He thinks he can get done in enough time to hit the road and get back home to get safely home to Nicole and Hayden.
Yeah, he won't be wasting any time hanging around the paddock at the end of the day today.
We'll hope to see him on the podium. He might even cut that short. He's out there checking out the racetrack right now as we speak, throwing the dirt clods and stomping his foot down. He's out there outside turn number 2, the Jammer. See if he can take home 2 wins at one time, one day. So a little track maintenance going on. It's surprised, when we got here, Ralph, I was surprised to see they're putting water on the racetrack.
That they were. Just when you think you've seen all the water a track can handle, they always find a need to put a little bit more out there, don't they?
Well, why not? Let's make it as racy as we can. For it's going to be a long day. There's a lot of racing going to happen today. We have 5 classes, so we'll try to keep as much moisture on the racetrack as possible. I believe it's soft underneath, and that's why when the bikes go down, those foot pegs dig in. It creates those little bitty ruts. But keep as much moisture on the racetrack. We don't want to have any dust out there for these riders. And with all the water out there,
Jared.
Keep it racy as fast as possible. And I said Jared was out there looking at turn number 2. Well, there he is, just staying super focused. And he's ready to go. A little quick smile. Super Twins are scheduled to come up next for their second round of qualifying. Again, qualifying very important too, because the fastest 4 qualifiers will qualify for the Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge, but also the fastest 4 qualifiers will be on the front row of both main events.
The other thing you got to be good at today is compartmentalizing things. If you have a rough go in the first race, you got to put that out of your mind. Get ready for that second one.
Forget that even happened.
All right, track maintenance continues here at Cedar Lake Speedway. We're going to step away just for a minute, but we'll be right back for more from Wisconsin.
Parts Unlimited, the people behind We Support the Sport, welcome you to this high-action event. We are proud to join with race fans everywhere in working to ensure that our sport gets bigger and more exciting each season. And you too can support the sport by visiting your local dealer who stocks products from Parts Unlimited. They've got the very best in high-performance parts and accessories and the best support network in the business. Parts Unlimited. We support the sport.
You own the job. The mornings that start too early. The nights that go too late. And every unexpected, unpredictable, unthinkable, unbelievable thing in between. You own it all. It's good to know you can rent whatever you need from people that do whatever it takes. Let's do the work.
The way this racetrack has turned out, AJ, is incredible. They can run high, low, middle, anywhere they want. We're talking 8 riders in contention for this right now. The final corner awaits. Look at the track. Briar Bauman's going to have to use the track. Briar Bauman wins 2 years in a row here at Williamsburg.
Everything we do at the track shapes what we build for the street and the dirt.
You can see how bad these guys want it. A race to the line.
For us, racing is not for the trophies or the glory. We compete because it makes everything we do faster, more durable, and tested to a higher standard. For S&S, racing is the ultimate in proven performance, and we've been proving it since 1958.
Brought to you by Yamaha and its best-in-class lineup of power sports vehicles. For more information on how you too can experience the pinnacle of performance both on and off-road, visit YamahaMotorsports.com. Dunlop is the official tire of Progressive American Flat Track. We make tires in America for racing and street racing, such as our creditworthy Progressive American Flat Track Spec racing tire, the DT4, and the DT3, which is now the street-legal K180. Learn more about Dunlop tires at DunlopMotorcycleTires.com. Race fans, VP Racing Fuels offers a full line of power sports fuels, lubricants, coolants, and appearance products for track and street. From pro racers to weekend warriors, we help riders make more power. Ask your local power sports dealer.
And welcome back. Bikes are on the racetrack. Second round of qualifying out here for the Mission Super Twins. They're down the back straightaway, the 3. Briar Bauman slides it in deep into turn number 3. The 1 is Jared Meese, 3. Briar Bauman, 32. Dallas Daniels, 95. JD Beach, the 44 is Brandon Robinson, 20. Jared Vanderkoy, 37 is Bronson Bauman, 67. Davis Fisher, 25. Ben Lau, 27. Robbie Pearson, 52. Shayna Texter Bauman, the 92. Brandon Price on the G&G Yamaha. And the 23, Jeffrey Carver Jr. on the old XR 750 Harley-Davidson. You know, from the aerial shots, it looks like the track is an oval, but when you see the camera from turn 1, watching down the front straightaway, it's a kind of an arcing front straightaway, so it's different than it looks from up above. Here's a good shot, but now watch when you see the 1 bike right here. When he gets on the front straightaway, it's just a big arcing. Not really even much of a straightaway. He never even has much time to even pick his foot up. Jared Meese again to the head of the class, 17.480. Best in the session, best overall as well. First round was a 17.394. His last lap, oh, he's got his hand up, got a red flag. Red flag is out. There's something on the racetrack in turn 1. It looked like something was floating around over there. Everybody's looking off to our right. The rest of the bikes will stop over here in the hot and the cold box. That is inside turns 1 and 2. It is a paper plate, possibly. It's a pizza plate. My pizza plate's right here, so it's not mine. All right. Well, let's check in with Kristen. Kristen, how's it going down there?
Well, guys, it is a little windy. That should the riders here, though, because, of course, a short track. Now, something I wanted to bring to your attention, Jeffrey Carver jumped to 2nd on the qualifying board. Now, that is a name I wouldn't normally expect. They're turning the bikes on right now to jump to 2nd on the boards, at least not here. But I noticed he started running a higher line than the rest of the riders. And when I spoke with Jared Vanderkoy, he said, you know, it's a little marbly up there, but if there's a rider who you expect to kind of try out different lines to make different things work, it would be Jeffrey Carver, and he was able to make it work for him, pulling in right under Jared Meese on the qualifying boards, guys.
Great job, Kristen. That's some good information. Yeah, in a short track, you know, the XR 750 is restricted, but of the short track, it shouldn't really slow it down as much. It may actually help the XR 750. We'll see if Carver can continue on. He's up there. The times have reset now, but Jeffrey is the 23 is currently 4th overall, but 2nd here in this 2nd round of qualifying. We'll take the fastest lap from either the 1st round or the 2nd round. If he can finish in the top 4, that'll put him into the Mission Challenge and also on the front row of both main events. There's the 27 of Bugs Pearson. This track should be right up his alley, but he gets it really sideways coming off of turn number 2. 27 of Bugs Pearson from Mossville, Illinois, just close to the Pekin area nearby Peoria, Illinois. There's the 32, the youngster, his rookie season. As we go now to the 23 of Jeffrey Carver Jr., the Dodge Brothers Racing XR 750. He's got the 7-time champ Chris Carr helping him out in the pit area as well. Keeping it down low. The rider just in front of him goes out of the way. That's Davis Fisher. Red flag is out again. There is a report of a steel shoe now coming off onto the racetrack. They've already picked it up, so there was a steel shoe on the racetrack. So these guys have sat here all weekend. There was supposed to be a practice day on Friday. That got cut short. There was supposed to be a race yesterday. That didn't happen, so everybody's having a little bit of issues. Looks like Vanderkoy pulls up to the high side. It might actually be Jared's steel shoe. Not sure, but everybody else is starting to take off. Is it Friday the 13th? A lot of weird stuff happening out here in this one. Paper plates, steel shoes. There's Briar, the 2-time champ. Currently 2nd overall out of the 1st and 2nd round combined. He's got a 17.479. Look back to JD Beach, 95 really all over the front wheel going into turn number 3. Briar in the front straightaway. Green flag is out. Robinson right there behind him. There's Shayna Texter Brown. There's the 25, the Holly Hot Rod, making the move up to this class about halfway through the season. That is Ben Lau. Now we go to the 95 of JD Beach. Currently third quick with the 17.532. Just as I say that, Bugs Pearson moves up to 2nd. Robbie Pearson, the 27, up to 2nd. Now JD Beach to the head of the class, 17.216. The fastest lap we have seen today goes to Jiggy Dog. He won the only short track we've had so far this year at Laconia. Looking pretty fast on the 95 Yamaha. He's fourth in the point standings. He's not out of the championship yet. If he can come out of here with 50 points, that would definitely help out. Meeson second, Breyer's third, Robinson fourth. Here, this is in this second round, but now 17.185, even faster for JD Beach. The white flag is out. JD's really rolling the bottom of the corners, carrying a lot of corner speed. JD Beach to the head of the class. Carver on the XR goes up to second place on the XR 750. 95, JD Beach, 17.185. Carver's only missing a short track to complete the flat track Grand Slam. Could that happen today? JD Beach a 17.185, so Yamaha goes to the top spot. Maybe they made some good changes to that bike back there in the pit area. There it is. This is the second round of qualifying, not overall, but we know that's the fastest lap we've seen. So JD Beach will be on the pole. Jeffrey Carver will be second. Jared Meese is third. Davis Fisher is fourth. That will be in that Mission Challenge. Singles already rolling onto the racetrack. Their final round of qualifying. It's Parts Unlimited AFT Singles qualifying. Round number 2. This will get these folks qualified into their semifinals. Super Twins will actually have a third round of qualifying, so they don't have officially got their starting spots locked in. They do get one extra round of qualifying due to Super Twins. That's a good move right there. That's good qualifying for both main events today. But the singles are on the racetrack. 12 is Cody Kopp, 13 is Mishler, 21 is Bruner, 79 Gautier, 18 Maxwell, 48 Trent Lowe, 106 Chase Sadoff, the 19 that is James Hott. We'll have, again, 3 rounds of qualifying in the Super Twins class. Everybody else will get 2 rounds of qualifying. Trent Lowe goes to the head of the class, 17.179. That is faster than the Super Twins we just saw. So the track is getting faster as there's more heat on the racetrack, possibly the groove warming up a little bit with the...
I'll tell you what else, there's a fair amount of wind out there too.
That's what Kristen just reported, Ralph. You just went out there and checked out the racetrack, but man, it's getting faster out there.
It is, definitely, and there's a fair amount of wind like Kristen said.
Well, that's okay. On a short track, it shouldn't affect him as much, but as we take a look back to the 48, I'm going to call him the sleeper until he wins his first AFT singles main event. Trent Lowe from Guilford, Indiana, 17.052. That is the fastest lap we have seen here today for the 48 bike. Slips out of the way, lets everybody go on by. Nice, kind of a veteran move right there, just to let the rest of the pack go on by. White flag is out here in this final round of qualifying for your singles. Bruner up to second, Kopp in third, so it's Honda, Yamaha, KTM, and Honda. So what happened to the Turner Hondas? They're back there 5th, 6th, and 8th when it matters.
Boy, that's unusual.
They must have made some changes, maybe went the wrong direction for this round of qualifying, but if you don't try the changes, you don't know, Ralph. I mean, I give them... You know, I don't know what happened in the pits, but that's what I'm suspecting. Look at this, 16.967. The first bike in the 16-second range of the weekend is right here in this first round of qualifying for the 48 of Trent Lowe. There you go, Trent Lowe, 16.967. Cody Kopp second, 17.095. Bruner third, 17.137. James Ott, Morgan Mishler, Dalton Gautier, Sadoff back in 7th, and Maxwell way back in 8th. Group 2 onto the racetrack. 26 is Aiden Rusevens, 24 Hunter Bauer, 80 Brandon Kitchen, 49 Chad Coast, 99 Kevin Stallings, 63 Jared Lowe, 55 Tyler Raggio, and the 91 that's Justin Jones. The bike's out there with those blue, beautiful wheels. That's the First Impressions race team. They actually have 4 riders in competition with us. Green flag's out. Stopwatch has started out here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Time to beat, 16.967. Chad Coast has a clear racetrack, nobody in front of him. See what he can do. He's got Aiden Rusevens chasing him on the 26 Honda. Rusevens up to 10th. Chad Coast now in 8th on this first lap. We take the fastest time from round 1 or round 2. It's a 1 lap time is what we're looking for. Bruce Evans now 10th, 17.329. His quickest lap. It's kind of deceiving when we're watching the cameras. There's a full grandstand on the front. There's a big grandstand on the back straightaway too, so it's really different. Chad Coase leading the pack. Bruce Evans right behind him. Kevin Stallings goes up to 6th overall on the 99 bike. Kevin Stallings 17.289, his quickest lap so far. They will combine the times later on. Now Kitchen is up there. Kitchen, the fastest bike on the racetrack. The red flag is out. There's a rider down in turn 4. Right there. Watch out, everybody. The bike is right there in the groove. That's the 63 of Jared Lowe. Looks like he got up and got out of the way. There's the Jet. You can see his airbag suit has deployed already. He'll go pick up his motorcycle, go back to the pit area. His dad is his crew chief. Sam Lowe, used to be national number 48. All right, we'll take a look at the replay. Watch the top right of your screen. It's going to happen. It's getting set up right about now. Here he goes, and he's already down on the ground, and one rider does a great job of avoiding the accident. Looks like Jared went down by himself. Looks like he's circling back around. Looks like he may have lost something. Maybe the foot peg rubber's still down over there on the ground. That's usually what happens when you fall. They do safety wire those on, but sometimes that rips the safety wire right off.
There it is. Had it handed to him.
He grabbed it. He'll head on back to the crew. You can see that airbag suit is way puffed up, so they unzip it so he can breathe a little bit easier. He'll go back to the pit area. That might be it for him here in this second round of qualifying. Jared's having a bad day so far. He's currently 16th out of the 16 bikes that have taken time here in this second round. He's a 17.646 for the Jet. He's the little brother of Trent Lowe, who's at the top spot. The 48 currently first. The 63 currently back in 16th. He stops over there to see his dad. And he's going to see if he can put that foot peg rubber on, but I don't know if that airbag suit will get small enough to get that zipper closed back up. He's trying to zip it back closed right now. Give him a big bear hug. Try to tighten it up. So when you don't have that foot peg rubber on there, Ralph, it's a metal, just like they have in Supercross and Motocross. We have that steel shoe on your left foot, so you can't even keep your foot on that foot peg. See, there's the big bear hug. He heard me. Wait, sure. Hopefully that'll work. Nope. They're actually going to send it back. Let's check in one more time with Kristen B.
Yeah, just a moment ago, I checked in with Tanner Dean, who is working as Chad Coase's rider coach. He was telling Chad that he needs to be more patient on the exit because this groove is so slippery. On exit, if you hit the throttle, if you hit the gas just a little too soon, you're going to lose the rear end. And so Chad Coase has to be aware of that. That's what Tanner Dean was telling him, to be a little more patient, to ride that corner out so you don't hit it too soon and lose the rear.
That might have been what happened to the Jet there.
Yeah, he could have got on the gas a little bit too soon. Sometimes that back end will just step out, and the reason these guys have rider coaches like that is because it's easier to see it from up above or watch it on the screen instead of when you're out there. Because of course, as a rider, you want to get on the gas as soon as possible. But when you're over there, like the rider coaches and the mechanics are outside turn 2, they're watching and they can see that rear end kind of step out just a little bit. So that's why these guys bring in rider coaches and have people that help them out that are in the pit area. White flag is out. Battle on for that top spot. The 2 First Impressions race team bikes. Raggio gets by the 91, coming to the checkered flag. Trent Lowe still quickest. We have one more group to go in qualifying of round number 2. There's another puppy down there in the pit area. Kristen B is in love.
How weird. Kristen's right there with the dog.
Imagine that.
Huh, shocking.
How many more dogs she going to take home to Cole?
She's got a cow. She's got to get home first.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we're going to ship that thing home real soon. So it's Trent Lowe still at the top spot, 16.987. Cody Kopp second, Raggio third, Kitchen fourth, and Chad Coase was just out there. He moves all the way up to 5th. Right there is your top 10 in this second round of qualifying. They'll take the overall fastest lap from round 1 or round number 2 to get qualified to today's semifinals here in the Parts Unlimited singles. Final group from qualifying, the 175, Taryn Santero, the 14, Jacob Layman, 119, the Kid, Logan McGrain, 53 is Blake Steinwagner, 56, Jordan Jean, 107 is Wyatt Vaughn, 57, that's Ian Wolf. He's probably the tallest rider out there at about 6'4", And in 176, the Amory, Wisconsin rider Jacob Walter, who had a good qualifying effort earlier today. We'll see if he can back it up here in round number 2. There they go. There's Jacob Layman, again, his final race as a pro rider. Logan McGrain has somebody to go after. He's right there in front of him, a Honda, the Vanilla Cycles Honda, right in front of that KTM of McGrain.
How was your final race?
You know what? I don't really remember. It might have been Des Moines, Iowa at my cousin's memorial race, but I don't know. I don't really remember when I hung it up. I don't remember which one was. Well, that was as a pro. I mean, I raced a few times after that too, but yeah, it just kind of walked away.
That was it?
My head wasn't in it. Yeah, I was.
Didn't do the farewell tour?
No, I wasn't smart enough. No, I had. I'd kind of say kind of an abrupt end to my career. The Kawasaki right there, 175, Terran Santero, the only Kawasaki in the field. He's currently 19th quick here in the second round. He's caught up to the 176 of, that's Jacob Walter, the Wisconsin rider. He was quick earlier in the first round. Jacob Layman's up to 13th on the 14 bike. I think he needs to pick up one more spot. Might as well be 13th. No, he's better than his number. Back that up a second. White flag is out. Layman right behind him. Here comes the 119 Logan McGrain, now up to 19th position for the 119. There's Jacob Layman. He's from the Pacific Northwest. Bringing it off of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. But checkered flag is out. So slow down. Big P, the flagman. Raymond Rizzo, the assistant flagman. Hi, Raymond. He can hear us talking from his trailer, actually. We're in the findingthefinish.com booth. Take a look at this replay. Watch McGrain go up the racetrack just a little bit. He's just off the groove, and when you get on the gas, it gets really sideways. He did a good job of saving it. And, he did a good job, too, of looking over his shoulder to make sure he wasn't going to, pull right in front of anybody else. So that was a good job by the 119 Logan McGrain. Looks like the production twins are already on the racetrack. This is their final round of qualifying. We'll have 2 groups. 33 is Janish, 1 is Texter, 60 is Armstrong, 9 is Billy Ross, 34 is Cam Smith, 51 is Zabala, and the 62 is Dan Bromley. Final round of qualifying for your production twins.
Is that Janish going down?
Watch out.
I think that's
And
Jesse.
he's reaching down. There goes a rider, just about ran into him. One of the riders went up the racetrack trying to avoid him. It is
Jesse
Janish.
Janish.
I missed it, so Janish.
He was all by himself out front there too, Scotty, so that was kind of an odd situation for Jesse.
Well, where he ended up is just off the groove. I don't know if he slipped off the groove to start to it. Let's check.
What can you add to that, Kristen?
Guys, so when I was checking out the track during the last red flag, I noticed just above the groove, it gets really marbly, and you're going from a groove that at times can be really slick depending on the tire running, whether you're on the R3 or the 5, and right above it, you were getting big-sized marbles. You know when you were a kid and you'd play marbles? I'm sure you guys did, but these are bits and pieces that are the size of real glass marbles, and so as soon as you move off that groove, it gets really slick, really quick. So I'm not sure if that's what happened to Jesse Janish, but just visibly you can tell that that's going to be a factor later tonight.
Well, he was definitely up on the higher end of that groove, so maybe that is what bit him.
And you just saw right there, Nick Armstrong was actually, showing that he's turning the front end down to help make it turn. But Janish is right here in the front going into turn 1, and he just lost the front wheel.
Yeah, just tucks that front, down it goes.
And
It's probably what happened, Scotty.
He was on the groove when it happened, so I'm not sure. Whoa, man, that rider that just barely slid by. One rider just barely missed him. Probably Nick Armstrong. Yeah, the front end just went away. Watch this rider right about here. Coming around the outside right there. Just barely missed him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was
That's
Zavala.
Zavala.
Ooh, a little too close for me. Jesse trying to deflate the airbag suit. He'll start the back of the pack. This is their final round of qualifying. To the time to beat, 17.548. Nick Armstrong, that was his quick time in the first round.
I think the scariest part of that slide for Jesse was that front of that Harley bouncing there. You don't want to get that handlebar in the leg.
Well, and he was underneath the motorcycle, and he just couldn't get to stop bouncing.
Okay, Kristen, what else can you tell us?
Yeah, during that red flag, I asked Jesse, did you hit the marbles? And he said, I don't know, I think I did. But guys, right now his suit is still in inflated as well. You can tell it's puffed out a little bit. Does that affect the guys on the bike, Scotty?
Absolutely. You don't have as much movement right now, Kristen. So, the good thing is it's a short track. The bad thing is it is a short track. You really got to wrestle it in the corners. And you can see he's all over that motorcycle. Something just doesn't look right at the moment, but it could be just right now in Jesse's head. He's got to calm down, try to focus on what's in front of him. But yeah, that airbag suit is restricting his movement somewhat.
Imagine wearing a jacket 2 sizes too small, right?
Are you talking about my leathers again?
No, I'm just trying to put it in perspective, right?
Corey Texter to the head of the class, 17.043. Man, they're a half a second faster than they were in their last round of qualifying. The fast time was a 17.5. Track's getting faster if you can stay down there in that groove.
Corey's been fighting it through the majority of the morning, and all of a sudden he's got his groove going now.
Yeah, maybe they made the right changes, or maybe Corey's just got the right mindset right now.
Or the right line.
That too. Sometimes you got to slow it down, go fast, keep it down there on that groove. He gets on the throttle really soon, slides back over that rear tire to get the traction. Sure, it'd be nice to pick home another win or two in his final season. And,
yeah, it would be cool to see, wouldn't it?
And try to close out with a championship. Now he knows Janish was just on the ground. The points gap is 17 points. So Corey's got to make up some time, and he can do some damage right here today. If he has a good run, Janish has a bad run.
Well, which he did at Springfield, right?
Yeah, but Corey wasn't able to capitalize as much as he could have. Janish finished 16th. Corey, all he could muster that day was a 9th. He said he was off all day and doesn't have a reason.
That'll happen.
Checkered flag's out. I'm going to go ahead and write that one down. I don't know if this second group can go any faster than that. 17.043 for C-Tex, the 2-time champ. Janish was currently 5th with the 17.316. So just, not too far off the leader's time. When it's race time, you step it up a little bit. Group 2 is getting ready to roll onto the racetrack. Here they come. 96, Cody Johncox. 47, Michael Hill. 61 was second earlier. Casey Cisco. 36, Colby Carlisle. 45, Shelby Miller. Schwarzenbacher's on the 30. Harvitz on the 22. Jeffrey Lowry, 223. And the 50 is Jimmy McAllister. That's what they're shooting for right there. 17.043. And this 61 is going to give up that lap right there. That's Casey Cisco, but he wanted everybody to be out of his way. 61 was second quick. I don't want him over here, Ralph. We got a friend in the booth.
Fly.
McFly. There's a 96, Cody Johncox from Attica, New York. Here's some chopsticks. Cisco's on the Harley-Davidson number 61. He was second quick earlier. See if he can back that up. Cisco's up to 8th right now. Catching up to the riders in front of him already, so that might slow him down. He tried to let everybody go and get away from him. He's into some traffic. He should get by Jimmy McAllister right here. J-Mac goes up the racetrack just a little bit. Cisco currently 9th overall. Shoot for 17.043. This is round 2 of qualifying for your production twins. Cisco's not making up any time. He catches up to Jeffrey Lowry. He has to back off going into 3. He's going to try to sneak up the inside. There's the door. It's open.
There it is.
Yep. Apply the pressure, and sometimes it opens up the door. Cisco's looking like he's feeling pretty good out here today.
Yeah, sure is.
Making some
nice
passes.
rhythm going.
Yeah. On the Raffle Racing Harley-Davidson, they also have a Kawasaki, but he's chosen to ride the Harley today. Carlisle on the Las Vegas Harley-Davidson is moved up to 5th here in this round. I'll actually put him 5th overall as well. This is his own personal Harley-Davidson as the checkered flag comes out. There's Cisco. He just wasn't as fast in this round as he was in the last round. He does go up to 9th on that last lap, though. That's going to be it for qualifying for your production twins. So the 2-time champ, Corey Texter, at the top spot, 17.043 here at the Cedar Lake Short Track. 4 Yamahas back to the top 4 spots. Corey Texter, Nick Armstrong, Zabala, and Bromley, the 2 teammates, 3rd and 4th, and 2 Harleys, Carlisle and Janish. Cameron Smith, Billy Ross, Casey Cisco, and Cody Johncox, your top 10. That is from round number 2. They'll combine the times to get the lineup set for the rest of the day. Here comes the ladies from the Royal Enfield Build, Train, Race program onto the track. 33 is J.C. Jones. The 8, Zaria Martins at 08. 31, Jill DeShane. 2 is Alex Bumpus McDonald. 81 is Hyatt. 57, Stephanie Peets. 909, Aaron Ferris. 27, Neen Cascala. 800, Anna Serena. 327, Gabby Hughes. 46 is Hobart. 15 is Reese. And the 07 is Mia Hummer. She's one of the riders that went, she is a rider that went down earlier today, turn number 1. That bike was torn up from the floor up. Going to have something twisted around a little bit. Well, you didn't like that one?
Oh, I'm laughing at that. That's a good one.
That subframe was really twisted and looked like the tail section was all beat up, so I don't know if she's going to make it back out. There's the 81.
Getting closer to race time, aren't we?
Yeah, we're definitely getting
Couple
closer.
of qualifying sessions left.
I'm getting excited. Opening ceremony is coming up here real soon, too. If you're watching for free on Facebook here pretty soon, you have to switch on over to fanschoice.tv before the racing action gets going. Might as well head on over there right now because we're not that far away from the racing out here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. There's Zaria, 08. She ran second at the last race last weekend at the Charlotte Canes Memorial Race. She was on her 450, though, not on her Royal Enfield. J.C. Jones to the top spot, 1:8.769. Zaria still in second, the 08, 1:8.849. So they're going a little bit slower than they were earlier in the first round. Track is definitely probably a little bit slicker than it was earlier too, Ralph. It's probably harder for these ladies to get the power to the ground. What do you think?
Yeah, looking for that bite, having a hard time finding it.
There's Zaria. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. J.C. Jones still fastest here in this second round. 1:8.769, but the overall quick time is a 1:8.667. Checkered flag should fly this time by the start-finish line. J.C. Jones, she puts her hands up, her left hand up to try to slow everybody down. She's from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. J.C. Jones was fastest in this round, the 33 bike. She is from California. Comes the rest of the ladies. Looks like they're going to let them take an extra lap to slow down before they exit the racetrack. J.C. Jones, Zaria Martins, Jill DeShane. This is round number 2 qualifying. McKenna Hyatt, Aaron Ferris round out your top 5. Stephanie was 5th earlier. She slipped down to 7th, Ralph.
Yep, going the wrong direction there.
Just a little bit.
Probably more the track than anything.
I would agree. Up next, we will have the Mama Tried Flat Out Friday Hooligan Invitational class. The ladies will go back to the pit area and make some changes to their motorcycles.
Then we have a Super Twins final qualifying, is that right?
Correct.
And then race time.
And then opening ceremonies, and then we go racing. Hooligans are staged up and ready to go. A bunch of them. 3X, Scott Jones, 22, Tony Giorno, 023, Eric Hartley, 25, Cody Funk, 26, Stace Richmond, 27, Terry Vestal, 33, Shane Westfall, 34, Jimmy DeRider, 35, Super Dave Kilkenny, 43 is Randy Brawlake, 51, Matt McGrew, 65, Adam Schmidt, 71, Josh Young, 75, Ryan Schmidt, 100, Josh McDonald, and the 783 is Lowell Bronstad. Again, a bunch of Harleys, 1 Triumph out there, and 1 KTM here in this hooligan class. Bronstad gets a little bit wide coming off of 4. No problem. Quick time so far is 1:8.215. Cody Funk, the 25. There's Dave Kilkenny. There's the 27 of TV Dinner, Terry Vestal. Got that bright orange gas tank out there. You know, Ralph, this class actually reminds me of the 883 Sportster class we had back when I was racing.
Oh, yeah.
Big, heavy bikes. There's a 35. Super Dave getting by the 3X of Scott Jones. And Cody Funk goes just about as fast as his quick time in the first round of 1:8.272. Fastest in the first round was 1:8.215. 22 slipping a little bit wide right there. That's Giorno. Giorno up to 12th, though. That was a quick lap for the 22. Mac McGrew takes his Harley up to third. The 51 bike now third here in this second round. Kilkenny second in this second round. .783 Westfall going around the 43. Mac McGrew goes to the head of the class. The Minnesota rider takes his Harley to the top spot, 1:8.204. Slide Funk back to second. That'll be second overall as well. There's Kilkenny. He's in third. Getting into some traffic right in front of him. Watch out. Coming off of 4. Look at this. They're 2 wide by 2 wide. Now they're 3 wide. Watch out for that air fence. He didn't hear me. Super Dave's really sliding it deep into turn number 3. That's the 35 bike squaring up the corner. Coming up the inside of the 71 to the checkered flag. Mac McGrew still quickest out here in this second round of qualifying here in Q2. He'll go to the 51. Mac McGrew, 1:8.204. Looks like a few of the bikes kept on going down the back straightaway, so we'll let them turn back around or go on around.
Mission Super Twins line up for their final session, final qualifying group of the day.
And Ralph, it's really important. Top 4 go.
Oh, somebody hit a hay bale or 3.
Oh no, that's not good. That'll take a second to clean up. Is that over after turn 4? It sure is. There's a look at it. Harley-Davidson in the top 6 spots. Mac McGrew, 1:8.204. That's again the second round. They're shutting the bikes down. They got to clean up those hay bales outside turn number 4. See if we can take a look at the replay of who got into those bales. Uh-oh, somebody's slipping wide. Watch out, watch out. Here they come. Bam!
Right through them.
Man, that's Eric Hartley, the 023 Triumph. He's from the Pacific Northwest. He came all the way here from out in right near Spokane, Washington. Man, that's going to take a moment to clean that up. That's right there on the racing line. Look at that. Brian Smith's actually out there doing some work. All right, Brian.
Tossing some bales. Way to go, Brian.
Former number 42.
That's the most he's worked out in weeks, huh, Brian?
He's 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up from the Piper. So they'll get that mess cleaned up. We have one more group to go for qualifying before opening ceremonies. After opening ceremonies, we'll get into our first actual official race of the weekend. There's B. Smith, number 42 in your program, number 1 in your heart. That's right. Also known as number 4, number 1. He's done a little bit of everything.
All-around good guy.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, it is. He's a good dude.
He's not listening to us right now.
No, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy. B. Smith.
Yeah.
The guy in the truck's got jokes today.
Yeah, he does. He got a good night's sleep apparently, or didn't get any sleep. Maybe it's the other way around.
Yep. One more group to go. Once again, if you're watching for free on Facebook, if you're at home around the country, it's time to switch on over to fanschoice.tv before we get into opening ceremonies. That'll be coming up here in the next few moments, and then we'll get into our racing action. Semifinals will be up next for Production Twins. Then our first main event of the day. It's crazy.
Hey, there's Chris Carr down there. Did you see Chris walking?
7-time champ. 78 Grand National wins. Okay, so they're going
catching up with Chris yesterday.
They're going to dispose of the broken up hay bales and go get some ones that are still bundled together, is what I've been told. Super Twins are staged up over here outside turn number 2. Beautiful day out here. It's a little bit windy, not as cold as it was the last couple of days. You can see the tents blowing over there. These guys and gal have to take full advantage of 2 main events today. Get as many points as you can. Hopefully you've got your setup dialed in already. one more chance to come out here and get qualified for these for the Mission Challenge and for the 2 main events. No semifinals for the Super Twins. I think it's going to be a lot of mental. You know, we talked about the mechanics are going to have their work cut out for them, but the riders will be mentally challenged. So, clean up the hay bales outside turn number 4. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, final round of qualifying for your Mission Super Twins right here in Wisconsin.
DCT is an automatic transmission. You heard right. The Honda DCT is a fully automatic transmission. For a motorcycle, it'll shift faster than you can, at the right time, right speed, and right RPM. And when you want to shift for yourself, use paddle shifters mounted on the left handlebar. Take a DCT demo on a new Honda Africa Twin and other available models. Schedule your DCT demo right now at Al Lamb's Dallas Honda.
Something bad, your hands on the wheel, got a sexy touch. It's enough to make me and my Chevy rush. Oh Lord, take it all off of that highway. Turn me on, I'll let you drive, babe. You can take it fast as you want to. Girl, little girl looks damn good on you. Start me up, Stones on the radio. Girl, I love it when you let go. Don't waste your way in the wrong way. Get off on some 4x4 play.
The darkness is full of demons, hazy creatures who lurk in the shadows, prowling under the cloak of dusk. But we're not demons. We're beasts.
If you ever dreamed of blue skies, fresh air, and blue-green water, then look no further. If your idea of heaven on earth includes velvet golf courses, romantic evenings, and sun setting, then you owe it to yourself to check our Southwest Florida's beautiful Punta Gorda and its neighboring areas. At mydigitallisting.com, we have been making dreams come true for over a decade. Supporters of American Flat Track since 1999, our team of professionals are ready to help you find your vacation, investment, and permanent new residence in paradise.
From the flat track, to the strip, to the street, it's ARP fasteners for your bike. If it's for show or for go, ARP makes the highest quality and most dependable fasteners with strength for performance and good looks. The speed demons of American flat track racing trust ARP for maximum clamping force that leads to victory lane. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com, no matter what you drive.
Back on the racetrack, here we go. Final round of qualifying for the Premier Class Mission Super Twins, sponsored by S&S Cycles. Ralph, these laps are going to be really important.
Watching Briar Bauman right here on the 3. right in the thick of the points chase.
Time to beat 17.185. I think for him, I don't know if it's not as important to get into the challenge race, but to get on the front row of those 2 main events.
Yeah.
He needs to lay a quick lap down. He's currently 5th with a 17.292. That's overall, not this round. So he's got to get in those top 4 spots.
He needs 2 good main events here this weekend.
Yes. Championship still on the line. I believe 3 riders up
second
for it.
Quick right now,
second
Brian.
quick, and that's second overall as well, 17.208.
Bit of a bobble there and coming off of 4.
Meese is in the top spot, 17.190.
And how about Carver sitting there in 3rd as we watch him here in the orange and black helmet?
The old trusty XR 750, that's the Dodge Brothers Harley.
He's back to number 1 as Beach was there briefly. Carver back to 4th. Bauman goes to number 1.
There you go. 17.103 for Breyer. It's the fastest lap we've seen today in the Super Twins class.
Vanderkoy up to 2nd, 17.1.
JD Beach to the head of the class. This is going to be fun today. We got 2 main events and a mission challenge for this class.
Breyer right back to the top. Changing every lap here.
One bike off the racing surface in turn 3 and 4. No harm, no foul. We keep on
Changing
going.
again. JD goes into the 16s. Mees at a 17.0. He's number 2.
First bike in the 16-second range for the Super Twins class. Breyer still sitting in the 3rd position. That put him on the front row and put him in the mission challenge. Vanderkoy,
Daniels make it Robinson who goes to 3rd.
Carver up to 6. It changes every time they go across the start-finish line.
Checkered flag is coming. Here comes Beach.
Beach is going to hang on to it.
Robinson goes to number 1, 16.837.
This is what we came to see, race fans.
Sessions of the year.
Yes, Robinson to the pole, 16.837. Here it is, the top 4. These are actually the top 4 overall as well because they are faster than they were in round 1 or round 2. So Robinson will be on the pole. JD Beach is in there. And then the 2 title contenders, Meese and Bauman. Daniels, the other title contender, will miss the mission challenge. We'll finish 5th here in qualifying.
Dallas has struggled a little bit here today. 5th qualifying is not bad, certainly, but he hasn't. This doesn't seem to be flowing the way he normally does.
I agree. So that is it for all the qualifying action. Again, if you're watching for free on Facebook, it's time to switch on over to fanschoice.tv. Next on the docket is opening ceremonies. Right after that, we get into the racing action. So track maintenance will begin shortly, and then we'll get into opening ceremonies right here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. It's the drag specialties, Cedar Lake Short Track, and today's event is sponsored by Mission. Whew, man, that got me excited. I'm fired up now, Ralph.
Oh, yeah, that was good.